You're listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Thunder Bowl. CSU Pueblo playing host to Colorado Mesa in a Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference ball game. This is week 9 of the season. Thunderbolts coming in with a 5-3 record. Colorado Mesa at 4-4. And Joe, Thunderbolts look to continue their winning ways.
Yeah, playing good football of late, doing it on both sides of the ball, getting great special teams all around coming together under first-year coach Phil Vigil. It feels like he's kind of got his footprint or thumbprint on this team now, and the mirror image of what he expected at the beginning of the season is how they're playing now.
Well, they're running the ball better, and with the running game being better, it just makes things easier for Chance Fuller, and he's taking every advantage of the opportunities presented him.
All he does is throw touchdowns.
That's right.
You looked at it, you watch a game and you look down at the stat and go, okay, he threw 4, or he threw 5, or he threw 4. All he does is throw touchdowns, and he makes a lot of good decisions with the football. And we tease him because he's 100 years old. He's actually been in college for like ever, and but he's seen everything. He's seen all the defense. He makes the right read 95% of the time, and when you do that, it helps your accuracy, and he knows which receivers got the coverage he wants, and he's had a field day these last 4 games.
Well, and the other thing with the Thunderwolves, we talk about offense because that's the sexy thing to do, but the thing is, defense is ruled here this 4-game winning streak.
Oh, without question. I mean, Daniel Bone had double-digit tackles in the first half last week at Chadron State, and that's no easy feat. They're just playing at a high level, and it's a lot of young guys mixed in with these veterans. And that mix right now is proving to be very formidable. And, you know, we'll talk about it a little bit as the show goes on, but Mesa's offensive line is very young, and CSU Pueblo's defensive front is very hungry. So we'll see how that pans out.
Well, I think that was the ultimate difference in the ball game last week, Joe, was the Thunderwolves up front just made it miserable for their quarterback for Chadron State.
Well, the tackles plugged the spots, and the defensive ends and the edge rushers rushed the passer, and the Chadron State quarterbacks were very uncomfortable all game long, and I expect more of the same today.
All right, Mesa coming into the ball game. They are 4-4, and of course, their head coach, Miles Coach Haber, he did a little 2-year stint here at CSU Pueblo as a defensive coordinator. He's familiar with the way things go around here.
Yeah, Miles is a great guy. He played up in Colorado State University, was a great player for the Rams. He's a Fruita guy, so he went home. When you grew up on that side of the mountains, you like to hang your hat over there. And when they were looking for a head coach, they stayed in their own backyard and went and got Miles. And he got a little Ram staff with him, and Anthony Hill is his offensive coordinator. He's a Ram quarterback, and Crockett Gilmore, he played defense for the Rams, a tight end. The Rams are well represented on the Mesa staff, and then our good friend, of course, Tanner Draper.
Yes.
You know, he's a defensive backs coach for Mesa. He played safety here, was a Pueblo's own crash test dummy for a lot of years.
On the way things go lately here in this conference, it's hard to tell exactly where you're at because you play Mines, you play Western Colorado, you get bludgeoned against them, but everybody else you pretty much hold their own. They have a victory over San Diego, a Division I program, even though they're not the greatest program in the world, still says D1 in front of them. So they got a win there. They defeated South Dakota Mines, which is, that's where we go next week. That should be a good ball game. So they're kind of in the same boat as CSU Pueblo, maybe just a little bit lower, but they're looking for that game to springboard.
Yeah, this would be that springboard for them. I think they played great at Grand Valley and lost. And that was a tough game. You know, that kind of set the stage after a great Midwestern win. And then they laid an egg against Western State. And Mesa and Western are playing right now. Scoreless still, I believe.
Yeah, no score late first quarter.
And you know, winning one of those games would have just been the cherry on the top for CSU Pueblo. But as the schedule flipped, where we're at now, you expect them to win out. This is a program, you have Mines that is on a different level than Western, I think, and CSU Pueblo are equal, and then everybody else. So you expect them to win out. And Jim, you know, sometimes the hardest games to win are the ones you're expected to win.
And that could be the case here today against this Mesa Ball Club. You know they are ready to go, but there's a little underlying current going on in this ball game. Let's just put it this way. These teams, these coaching staffs, these players, they don't like each other.
No, it's Mesa, CSU Pueblo. They hate each other, as a matter of fact. But This one is, I mean, Phil Beal admitted on the coaching show Thursday, this is personal. He's lined up against his alma mater. He played quarterback for Mesa. In fact, his degree says Mesa State, not Colorado Mesa. He didn't get the new one, so he's a Mesa State grad. And he was a finalist for the Mesa job when Miles got the job. And I'm sure when you play quarterback and you don't get it, I'm sure that stings. And I think this has got a little personal to it. And we're going to see now if Phil's players have his back. And after talking to Rakowski and Bone on Thursday night, I think they do.
All right, we're going to come back after this timeout. We don't have a Phil Vigil interview this week. Had a cut unfortunate circumstances happen. So Joe and I will channel Phil when we come back after this timeout. It's all part of the Thunderbolts pregame show on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You're listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to the Thunderbolt. Teams are starting to gather, and they're playing the hype video here in the stadium right now. Mesa's come out of the shed. They're getting ready to make their run out here. And Joe, I think it's early in the ball game going to be key for the Thunderbolts just to make sure they take care of business and not allow Mesa to get into the flow.
Exactly, and kind of that's what happened last week. We were at Shadron. Shadron took the ball to the opening kick, and they were moving it pretty smartly down the field until John Nucci intercepted that pass, and it literally turned the complexion of the game on its head right there with that interception. And CSU Pueblo needs to be kind of in it from the beginning. That's kind of a theme that Phil Vigil wants to say is that we can't ease into things. Sometimes you kind of want to get the feel for things. They don't have that luxury. They just got to get in it.
And, when the Thunderbolts have had success this year, it's been a good start. When they've had a mediocre start or a poor start, they've lost the ball game. So it's it's a good barometer for them, isn't it?
Well, without question, we've seen great opening drives. I mean, impressive to the nth degree opening drives from CSU Pueblo offensively, and we've seen some pretty good stops defensively. I think today, I don't think trying to get these guys keyed up is going to be any problem.
Mavericks have made their way out on the field. Thunderbolts still in the tunnel.
Slow playing again. Here comes the video now, and they wait for this hype video before they run out, and doesn't help that you're on radio because you can't see it, but it's pretty cool. If you get a chance, go to their website. I'm sure it's on their website.
Yeah.
And it's really neat. They play it before games, and it's about 90 seconds to get you fired up.
Captains are making their way out. Of course, Keon Martinez and Chance Fuller, Daniel Bone.
Where's now Zach Rakowski won a couple of coin tosses. He should be the designated.
Exactly.
But again, when you're home, the visiting team gets to call it. So they've won 4 coin tosses in a row.
Yeah, it's totally out of his control today. Had a nice visit before the ball game. Tanner Draper, an assistant coach now at Colorado Mesa, former Thunderwolf.
It was great to see Tanner. He was kind of always special to us, kind of endeared himself to us. And Tanner comes from Amarillo, and these coaches from CSU Pueblo had a relationship with him before while he was in high school. They all recruited him. And if you remember right, in fact, you brought it up, after his third year, he was considered one of the top safeties in the country, if not the top safety in the country in Division II. And then he got dinged up in the head, and then he played hurt because he was going to play regardless, and it kind of set back to his playing career, but he's continuing coaching.
Here come the Thunderwolves. Led, of course, by Rock. Rock came out a little earlier. They don't want Rock running in front of him now. They let Rock make his appearance, and then the team follows him up. Had a couple incidents with Rock.
Yeah.
In the tunnel.
Rock doesn't like certain things, and CSU Pueblo wearing the blue tops, white helmets, and white pants.
Mesa will be in their road whites with the maroon. Let's give you the starting lineups for today's ball game. We'll have the coin toss here shortly. Joe will keep an eye on that. Let's introduce the Thunderwolves on offense. It'll be Chance Fuller at quarterback. He is a 6'3", 195-pound senior. He's out of Arlington, Texas, site of the World Series. Keon Martinez, the running back, 5'8", 185-pound sophomore out of Denver. Went to Regis Jesuit High School. The receivers, C.K. Paulus, he's a 6'2", 164-pound senior out of North Park, Florida. Reggie Retzlaff, California boy, 6'3", 212-pound junior out of Corona, Andrew Cook, 5'10", 172-pound junior. He's out of Tucson, Arizona. And Zach Rakowski, our guest the other night on the Phil V. Hill show from the Thunder Zone, 5'8", 141-pound sophomore out of Loveland, Colorado. The tight end, well, they got two tight ends. We'll just give you both of them. Curtis Luckydoo. Curtis is a 6'6", 242-pound junior out of Reno, Nevada. Tyler Dvorak, the other tight end, 6'3", 224-pound sophomore out of Inglewood. He went to Cherry Creek High School. It's kind of 1A and 1B with the tight ends with the Thunderwolves. Tyler Etheridge is one of the starting tackles, and he is a big one. He's a freshman, 6'4", 283-pound freshman out of Midlothian, Texas. The other tackle, Arthur Brock. Arthur, 6'3", 263-pound junior. He's out of East High School here in Pueblo. The guards will be Tristan Rail. Tristan is a 6'3", 284-pound senior. He's out of Chandler, Arizona. The other guard is Domingo Prince. Domingo, 6'2", 320-pound sophomore out of Cherry Creek High School in Aurora. The center, he's a good one. He's a young one. Zenon Chappell. And Chappell is a 6'1", 275-pound freshman. He's out of Fort Worth, Texas. Head coach Phil V. Hill in his first year. For Mesa on defense, it'll be Jakari Williams at one cornerback, along with Cash Bradley. The safeties, Jason Tomey and Liban Shangolo, brother of Nor Shangolo, former Thunderwolf. The linebackers, Lex Laney, Levi Krebs, Lamarcus Reed, and Colin Stour. The defensive ends are Ryan Randall and Ben Hogan.
All right.
Got to dig it out of the dirt, Joe. And the defensive tackle is Corbin Thorgmorton. Head coach Miles Kochaver in his second year at the helm of the Mesa Mavericks. Joe, the coin toss.
Augie Ajayi, our good friend, the former wide receiver from CSU Pueblo, is an honorary captain today. CSU Pueblo won the toss and deferred to the second half. Mesa will be on offense going from left to right or north to south, and they're all whites. You know what I like about these Mesa uniforms? You can read them.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, you know, on the road you should wear white, I guess. Maybe you have a different color pants, but, you know, home or on the road you wear that white with some numerals that pop out at you.
Unlike Western.
Thunderwolves, a lot of pink accents today. This is the breast cancer awareness ball game.
Yep, I'm participating.
There you go. Good job. I didn't get the memo. I forgot, Joe. I had a shirt too all laid out and I forgot to get it. Put it on. I woke up too late.
I wish this pink was a little thicker.
It was a little thin out there with that cold breeze. Not as bad down on the playing surface as it is up top.
The wind up here on the concourse and higher is a little bit more brisk, but it is smartly chilly down on the field. That's for sure. They're dancing now, Jim. We watch this on a lot of people don't like when CSU Pueblo dances, but they dance, and they dance during games. They dance before games. They dance after games. This is a dancing bunch.
I noticed Mesa, they had a little dancing when they came out of the shed, too. So that's just the way it is right now.
Yeah,
I can feel my calves popping just watching them.
Yeah, I pulled a hamstring walking up the stairs.
Mine says taking a lead on Western Colorado 7-0. That's late now in the first half. Mine's mired in their own territory. They put some shots on Matoka today.
Well, those are like body blows. The only problem is they're doing it against probably one of the toughest players in the country. He is the top. He won the Harlan Hill, folks, which is the Division II equivalent of the Heisman. So the best player in college football is in the RMAC, and he plays quarterback at Mines.
You know, I mentioned that. I had my eye kind of on it as well here in the booth, and he just ripped off about a 40-yard run. So Matoka doing Matoka things, as I've always said.
I'm excited for next year because he won't be here.
Exactly. We got to find somebody new. Lions to kick it off for the Thunderwolves. And Cash Bradley stands at his own goal line. He is going to run it out of there. Across the 5, 10, 15. Tries to cut inside. He's hit at the 20. Stays on his feet to about the 22-yard line before he's gang tackled there. So that's where the Mavericks will start this first drive of the ball game. Glad to have you along with us here today on AM 1350 Fox Sports Pueblo. Aaron Kinnischtzke is our producer and engineer. And I just get that feeling today, Joe. We got a little elevated audience today because there's a lot of people that they just don't want to be out there on the first cold weekend of the year. So they're at home in their living room listening to us.
Isn't this the game where you want to come and bring a blanket and watch some football and
some hot chocolate?
I got shorts on, people, but I'm also indoors.
Gavin Herberg is the quarterback. Marvin Jones is the running back. He's on his left hip. They open up in the gun. 3 wides left, single wide right. The man goes in motion. It is the running back. Straight drop back. Looking now. Pressure comes. They flush him out of the pocket. Flag is down. Going to be a hold here on the Mavericks. Running forward is Herberg. He gets it out across the 30 to the 31, but there's a hold in the backfield. So this is all going to come back.
Yeah, John Ushi from his linebacker spot went in. And number 77, Zach Farrow, just grabbed him. And the referee was standing right there.
Well, if there is one Achilles heel maybe with this Mesa Ball Club going into this game today, it is their offensive line. They're a little green up front. They're big, but they're green. So 1st and 20 now from the 14-yard line. They empty the backfield now. 2 wideouts right, 3 to the left. Ball is on the right hash mark. Herberg. Ball's out to play, long count. Now straight drop back, looks left, fires left, and that ball almost intercepted. He's lucky he threw it into a vacant area there. Thunderwolves had 2 chances at it. The big middle linebacker almost eyeing it there. Seidenberger went over his head and then dropped right in front of McClellan.
Yeah, it was intended for UNLV transfer Markel Quinney, and the ball just kind of was sailing.
So it's 2nd down and 20 from the 14-yard line for the Mavericks. This time Jones will be in the backfield on the left hip of Herberg. Trips to the left, single wide out right. Again, the ball on the right hash mark. Thunder will show rushing just 4 here. They drop back into coverage. Straight drop back. Stepping up into the pocket. Now here comes pressure. Flushed out of the pocket. Rolling left. Finney trying to get to him. He gets around the corner, and then he's taken down after a gain of about 2.
And look, Jim, look who took him down.
Finney all the way over there.
He came from his left defensive tackle spot, flushed him out, and kind of just mirrored him all the way to the sideline.
So some good speed for a defensive lineman. A gain of 4. It's going to be 3rd down now and 16 for the Mavericks. So an early big chance here for the Thunderwolves defense.
That was 6'2", 270, running stride for stride with the quarterback.
They bring a tight end into this set for an extra blocker. For extra protection here for Herberg. They got to run a deep pattern here to try to get this first. And a high snap, but it's handled. Pressure off the edge. They set the middle screen. Almost intercepted by McClellan, in and out of his hands. He didn't realize it was there, Joe. It was kind of an afterthought. He reached his hand out, batted it up in the air, and couldn't quite get under it.
If he catches that, he walks into the end zone. Walks into it. It was at the 15-yard line. He walks. There's nobody in front of him.
So they'll have to punt the ball away. So that means Cook will stand back at his own 45-yard line here. What wind we have today is kind of quartering out of the southeast. Punt is away. Good kick, though. Cook will handle it at the 38, makes the first man miss, gets up the field across the 40 to the 45-yard line before the pursuit gets to him. Decent return considering all the coverage that was there. So the Thunderwolves will start at their own 45-yard line.
Well, you and I were hanging out with the punt returners before the game on the field, and they were catching balls around us, and we're like, that's a lot harder than it looks from up here.
Yeah, it looks so simple, doesn't it here? I had a chance to actually catch one, Joe, and you notice what I did. I just shied away. Let it go into the end zone.
You did what they normally teach you to. You signal for a fair catch and then turn the other way.
1st and 10, Thunderwolves, their own 45. No score. This is the Pack's first possession of the game. Kind of a double tight end set here. Bring Rakowski in motion to the left. He resets now. And they're going to hand, it's going to pass out in the right flat to Rakowski. Good play action fake that time by Fuller. He faked me out as he faked it into the gut of Martinez. A gain of 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
Safe pass from Fuller to Rakowski.
2 wideouts each side this time. Quick count. Give it to Martinez up the middle. Good hole. He's got the first down and more inside the 40 down to the 38-yard line.
Keon Martinez is the guy that just, you see him go in the line and you just wait a half a second and he'll pop out. And that time he did it again.
Feeling generous, they give him an extra yard down to the 37. 1st and 10 there for the Pack. Double wide out each side. Pass right side, caught by Retzlaff. Here's the run after he hurdles over the defender down to about the 30-yard line. Wow.
Well, I know Josh Atkinson, the receivers coach from CSU Pueblo is going to bring him over to the side and say, don't do that again, because about every third catch of Reggie Retzloff is a touchdown.
Gain of 7, 2nd down and 3. The hurdle got him an extra 3 yards there. He just elevated right over the top of the corner and went low on him. 2nd down and 3 from the 30. Fuller now looking over to the sideline, see if they want to change the call. He sends Martinez in motion. Straight drop back by Fuller. Sets in the pocket. Looks right down the middle of the field. Threw in and out of the hands of Retzloff. That's a rarity right there. Ball was right on the money. Reggie just didn't catch it.
You know, he turned out of his break a half a step slow, but the ball was on the money. It was in his hands. And Fuller didn't look for anybody but Retzloff on that catch, or on that throw.
Just a post pattern right there, and he was wide open. Thunderbolts probably fortunate the ball wasn't intercepted after it went off the hands of Retzloff. So 3rd down and 3 now from the 30. Probably 4-down territory from this spot right here. Bring a man in motion, and they fake the jet sweep. They give it to Martinez up the middle, and he's hit short of the first down. Second effort got him to about the 28. So it's going to be 4th down and 1. So the Thunderbolts will go for it here.
Just outside of field goal. I mean, I think they might be in Willig's range, but why? You know,
yeah, you got to go for it here early in the game. Segovia comes into the ball game for the Thunderbolts. He's the extra blocker. He'll play fullback in this set.
This is a good 2 yards away, though.
He's actually going to line up over right behind the right tackle. They go from the gun here on 4th and 1. Give it to Martinez. Cuts, and he's hit immediately, and he's thrown for a loss. So Mesa stops the Thunderwolves. And, you know, this is one area where the Thunderwolves are struggling this year. 4th down and short, 3rd and short.
Well, and that, you want to talk about a personal game. The Maverick who made the stop was Julius Carter, number 9, who is a transfer from CSU Pueblo to Mesa. So tell me that didn't feel pretty good for the Mesa sideline, and a little bit of a, hello, remember me from Julius Carter?
Exactly. Well, Joe, you know, it's our pet peeve. But everybody does it. If you're a shotgun team, you stay shotgun. I just feel like you got to have in your package somewhere where you go up under center and hand it off and get a yard. You just invite the defense to blow a play up when you're in the backfield on the shotgun. Here we are from the 30. Here's a handoff around the left side. This is the backup running back for the Mavericks. Doesn't get much there. This is Keyshawn Ashford. He's a senior out of East Palo Alto, California. And little or no gain on the play. Well, they're actually going to fudge it forward.
Well, he got 3 yards.
3 yards there.
Gary Seidenberger on the tackle, the linebacker, the true freshman from Texas who has inserted himself into the starting lineup by his hair on fire practicing at CSU Pueblo. I can't wait to see him for the next 3 years.
Center Judge holds play up, allowing the Thunderwolves to make substitutions here, which they get in. If the offense substitutes, the defense gets a chance to match. 2nd down and 7, pass left flat, caught. And again, it's the tailback Ashford leaking out into the flat that time. He gets it down to the 30, up to the 37-yard line, I should say. So it's going to be 3rd down and 3 now for the Mavericks.
Well, that's not really fair right there when your defensive end, Makia Scipio, is in coverage with the running back. Hedberg did a good job of recognizing that mismatch.
3rd and 3 for the Mavericks. They leave Ashford in the ball game. He lines up on the right hip this time of Herberg. And they give it to him, and he is blasted in the backfield, loses a yard, maybe 2 on the play, almost fumbled the football. You can see him kind of double clutch it there on that hard hit by our man, Daniel Bone.
Yeah, Caden Sheldon had him low, and Bone just come in and cleaned him up. You know, I was thinking about that. You know, you get hit by a car, you get T-boned. You get hit on the field, you get deboned, and he takes all the bones out of you.
He's excited with himself, as well he should be when he comes over to the sideline. So it's 4th down and 4 now for the Mavericks. The play lost a yard. So Cook stands back at the 25-yard line. Here's the punt. High kick. Fair catch signal for this time by Cook, and he falls down and takes it at the 31-yard line. That was a little uneasy feeling there.
Well, the big tight end, reserve tight end, Ryan Hollingsworth, also from CSU Pueblo for Mesa, was in his face.
We got a timeout on the field. No score. 10:16 to go here in the first quarter. Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You're listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to the Thunderbolt. No score here. Thunderbolts getting set for their second possession of the day. Their first possession ended up in turning the ball over on downs on a 4th down and 1 call. So we'll see if they can atone for that here on this drive here. Defense, though, as they have been of late, Joe, playing very well.
Again, 6 yards total offense for Mason, 2 drives. You can't ask more from your defense, and good field position to start both drives for CSU Pueblo.
Mines has scored again. They're late in the first half. Western's on the move. Only 23 seconds to go in the first half. It's 14-0 Ore Diggers. And Joe, we get asked all the time. I'm sure you do. Well, what's the pathway to the playoffs for the Thunderwolves? Well,
it's a tough one this year.
They got a lot of things that have to happen, but I think Mines beating Western today would help, because then you could say you lost to the number 1 ranked team in the country and a team that lost to the number 1 ranked team in the country. So that's one of the things they got to have happen. They got to have a couple other upsets as well. Pass almost intercepted. Boy, telegraphed that one. Going to Retzlaff on the right flat, and the cornerback for the Mavericks jumped the route there. Jakari Williams. That was close to a pick 6.
Again, single coverage on Reggie Retzlaff. And if we know that they're going to throw it to single coverage every time, then I'm sure Mesa does too.
Well, with him getting that quick up on the pattern, that tells you got to go pump and go here at some point. They show blitz. They hand the ball up the middle to Russell. Makes a nice cut there, trying to get outside. Cuts inside across the 35 to about the 36. Flag comes down.
A little face mask.
Little dipsy-do move there by Russell, and he might have caused the face mask.
Yeah, I think there was a little grab of the face mask.
So that's free 15 yards for the Thunderwolves. So a gain of 6 on the play for Russell, and the 15-yard mark-off puts it into Maverick territory right away here on this drive. It goes down to the 49-yard line.
You know what happened was Howard Russell, as he was cutting, trying to back outside, he kind of leaned in, and he turned his body sideways, and there was no more target to grab.
He stays in the game. He's on the right hip of Fuller, the quarterback. Trips to the right. Thunderwolves do have a tight end in this set. They bring Rakowski in motion. They fake the jet sweep. Now they're going to pitch it to the right side to Russell, and he puts his head down, bangs his way inside the 45 down to the 44-yard line. That might be considered a forward pass. He kind of pitched it forward there.
Well, Howard Russell, folks, if you don't know, if you think prototypical Division I running back body, that's Howard Russell. He is thick and strong.
Second down. Short 5. They go to Russell on left side. Good block on the side here by Cook, and Russell gets forward down to about the 34-yard line.
Cookie getting a lot of congratulations from his teammates. He had to block one guy, and he blocked him away from the play.
Joe, if you're going to run the wide receiver screen, I like throwing it to a running back that knows what to do to make a man miss. And they show blitz. They're offside. Free play here for Fuller. He's going to go for it all. Looks for Cook down on the goal line. He caught it, but he was out of bounds. But it'll be an offside penalty here against Western.
Yeah, it's a free play.
Mesa, excuse me.
Julius Carter, the former CSU Pueblo linebacker, guilty on that infraction.
You know he's juiced up for this ball.
He made that great hit on that 4th down run for CSU Pueblo to stop them on 4th and short.
He does have a sack on the year for the Mavericks. He's actually number 2 on their depth chart at outside linebacker, but he looks the part. He's creeping up, showing blitz again this time. Left side caught by Dvorak, the tight end, cuts inside. He's inside the 25 down to the 23-yard line. That's how you beat that blitz, Joe. You get the guys creeping up, that linebacker, then you just dump it to the tight end, go right underneath him.
Yeah, he went right past Carter was running in. You wonder how you get in so free to the back right there. It was basically a screen.
First down for the Thunderwolves at the 24-yard line. Well, they've got him jumpy along that defensive front there. Thunderwolves already have got him once. Now Fuller changes the play call. Russell's still in the game on the right hip. Double wide out right, single wide out left. Gravano's into the ball game here on this play. Play action. They look to Gravano on the left flat, and it's incomplete. Off his hands, out of bounds.
It's almost like a back shoulder throw right there, but that ball just was not in the field to play.
These cornerbacks, they kind of remind me of Thunderwolves cornerbacks of the past, Joe. A little smallish in size, but very quick.
And fidgety. They're angry. You know, they play with that edge.
Second down and 10 for the Pack. 24-yard line of the Mavericks. They give the ball to Russell up the middle. Puts his head down. Wedges his way inside the 20 down to about the 19-yard line. They might say his forward progress has stopped a little short of that. Let's see where they spot it.
You know, it's a little short for a double move, but Reggie Retzlaff on the wide side has got single coverage. And you have a lot of end zone to work with.
They do give him the 19. So gain of 5 brings up 3rd and 5 now for the Thunderwolves. Rakowski lines up at the backfield this time. Now they split out of it. They're going to go trips to the left. Double wide out right. Fuller looks right over the middle, and flag is down. Thunderwolves might have been guilty of a false start here, it looks like. The play was the correct one. Rakowski was wide open as he came across the middle. Okay. You got to be set for a full second there. The Thunderwolves split out of that package they had, and they weren't set for the full second.
It's a pretty looking play, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. So now it's 3rd and 10 for the Thunderwolves from the 24. You know Mesa's probably going to try to dial up some pressure on this play. See if the Thunderwolves line can hold up here. Trips to the right, single wide out left. They got him moving. Free play. They're offside. Going for it all into the end zone to Gravano. He's got it! Out of bounds. That foot did not quite come down in bounds. I want to challenge that one if it's me. I thought his right foot was in.
It was awful close.
And they don't put the replay up on the board, which we're all anxious to see, and they don't have it up there.
It was close.
Here's another. They are showing it on the, but that's not going to be the view we want. We want a view down the line, Mr. Director. Okay, 3rd and 5 for the Thunderwolves. Fuller changes the play call. Sends Martinez in motion to the right side. Straight drop back. Looks left. Fires left. Caught right at the sticks. And I think he's going to be about a yard short when the,
Couple of them.
Rakowski with the grab, but he is stopped at the 17-yard line. Be well short of the first down, actually. So it'll be 4th down. Thunderwolves have to try the field goal here. I think initially he wanted to go right. That was covered up. He came back to the left, zipped it into pretty much triple coverage over here. They had him bracketed pretty well. So Willigan to try the field goal. 5 for 7 on the year kicking field goals. This is a 35-yard attempt. Ball's down, kick is up. And it is good. So Thunderwolves on the board. 6:50 to go here in the first quarter. Thunderwolves lead it 3-0 on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You are listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
Kickoff by Lions. Run it out of there. Across the 20, breaking a tackle, 25, 30-yard line.
Not wrapping up. They had him stopped at the 20. He was able to keep his feet moving, gets another 11 out to the 31.
So decent field position to start this drive for the Mavericks. 3-0, Thunderwolves on top.
You know, that was a problem early on for CSU Pueblo was kickoff coverage. If it wasn't a touchback, it was a big return, and they've done a much better job of that in recent weeks.
So the Mavericks trot their offense out onto the field. They're going to go with their 3rd running back during this game, Miles Newby, into the game. He's averages 6.2 yards a carry. Trips to the left, single wide out right. This seems like that's been their formation every time the ball's on the right hash mark. Straight drop back by Herbert. Pressure off the edge. He goes for it all up the left sideline. Ball floats a little bit. A lot of pushing and shoving. Ball's caught. Down at the 30-yard line. Threw it up for grabs, and it's hauled in there. It's like David O'Connell on the grab.
Yeah, David O'Connell and Keith McCaney were tied up. Was able to hand fight him and come down with the football.
All the way down to the Thunderwolves' 30-yard line. So a big play here for the Mavericks. 39 yards on the play. They're at the Thunderwolves' 30-yard line. Trying to answer back here in a big way after the Thunderwolves break the ice with the field goal. 6:05 to go here, first quarter. 3-0 Pack. 2 wideouts each side. Ball on the left hash mark this time. Straight drop back. They look left. Running back's out there. He's got it, and he's hit immediately. No gain. Daniel Bone on the stop.
Didn't exactly truck him, but that may be a better result for both players. He was coming hard, but he just arm tackled him.
Yeah, Newby saw him coming and just kind of ducked out of the way, and that's exactly what he did. Just ducked down for no gain. So 2nd down and 10. Back nose of the football, resting on the 30-yard line of the Thunderwolves. Pack lead it 3-0. They empty the backfield this time. Trips to the right, double wide out left. Herbert takes the snap, looks right, fires right, going for it all. There's a push off on the offensive player. And the officials just say, you know what, play on. But if anything there, O'Connell's the one pushing off on the play. And you know what? McClellan's telling him, he said, hey, man, he's pushing.
And he was. I think the ball was so far out of play that the official just decided that was a good no call because he couldn't have come down with it in play anyway. But O'Connell he's from Lakewood. He's a Nebraska Wesleyan transfer. Jim, he's 6'4", 215.
Yeah, he's a big physical receiver. Looks like a tight end out here. 3rd down and 10 for the Mavericks. Here comes the rush. Down the middle, too tall and incomplete. He could feel the heat that time, Joe. It almost sensed like he got the little happy feet and just sent that ball sailing.
Well, I know he could feel it because we could. They sent the house on that one.
So now the Mavericks will try to answer with a field goal of their own.
This is a much bigger field goal into the open end of the stadium.
It's going to be a 46-yard attempt. Field goal kicker is Henry Cattleman. His long on the year is only 36, so this would be a season best here from 46 yards. Ball on the left hash mark. Good snap, ball's down. Kick is on the way. Looked like he hooked it, but he got it in there. He hooked it right in is what he did.
Wow, nice
Field
kick.
goal good. 5:11 to go here in the first quarter. I don't think we're going to get a media timeout here. The RMAC official dude is just standing around on the sideline. Now he's asking. Now we are going to get a media timeout. So we'll take a bonus one here. 5:11 to go here in the first quarter. We're all tied up at 3 apiece on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You are listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
Welcome back to the Thunderbolt. Gone to halftime up in Golden. Western actually got a touchdown late in the first half. It's 14-7 Mines there. Black Hills State has taken the lead over Forlows. It's 14-10 there in the second quarter. Highlands with a 14-3 lead over Chadron State. Adams State, South Dakota Mines, no report from that game yet. Here it's 3-3.
How about Highlands leading? We saw them in person, and there's a little bit of talent on that team.
Some big playability there. You get that funky offense, man. You get guys running all over the place, and if you're not quite ready for it, you can catch you napping.
How about a nice kick for Mesa there? I mean, that was not an easy field goal in the direction that he was kicking, 46 yards. And when it left his foot, it looked kind of low, but he had that little tour flight, Jim.
Yeah, exactly. Kept it under the breeze and drove it right through there. See what you can do on the kickoff here. Russell back deep for the Thunderwolves, as well as Musa Alsafar. And Alsafar is going to take it, but he takes the fair catch in the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. I think Musa wanted to run that thing back, but the ball had pretty good drift on it.
Smart to put the hand up and take the 25 yards. And most coaches, though, if they have faith in their special teams, they like the potential of a big play on a kick, but you also get the potential of a penalty and potential of a turnover.
Well, we saw that this year in the Western game. Thunderwolves had a turnover on the kickoff. So ball at the 25-yard line. That's where the Thunderwolves will start this possession. Their third of the game. They hand it off to Martinez up the middle. He knifes through there. He's got the first down and more into the secondary. Breaks a tackle and stumbles out to the 45-yard line. Almost took it to the distance there, Joe, but kind of stumbled after that last tackle attempt.
Well, the last 6 yards he was doing the karaoke with his feet because he was just kind of straddling the hash marks, but if he could have got his body square, he could have gone.
Ball all the way out to the 44-yard line, so a gain of 19, 1st and 10. Again, they give it to Martinez. He's hitting the backfield this time, going to lose. There's going to be no gain. Now flag comes down late.
And that's going to be on Mesa for cheap shot.
Yeah, cheap shot on one of the Thunderwolves blockers. I'm not sure who got it there. Somebody got lit up on the, it might be Cook. Nope, no, it's Fuller got nailed.
Number one just got pulled off the field. So we know who the penalty was on. He just took a cheap shot on Chance Fuller.
So in carrying out the fake, evidently.
That's Liban Shangolo, the brother of Nor Shangolo, great linebacker here at CSU Pueblo. Just gets called. It takes a little extracurricular at the quarterback.
And Chance, he's taking inventory. He was down for a little bit. And now I think Phil Villa wants to know, why isn't that guy ejected for targeting? He wants it looked at, I think, here. Yeah. That's what Phil Villa wants. He wants Shongola run out of this ball game.
Yes, he does.
So they'll take a look at it. The officials will run down to our right into the tent here and try to decipher.
And during this timeout, the teams are huddling, and Phil Villa's just kind of standing off the sidelines, staring at the Mesa sidelines.
Yeah, he was not happy with that cheap shot that they took on his quarterback right there. And he's
hot.
Livid. He is looking across the way. He would go fight somebody right now if they could. In hockey, you just drop the gloves and go get it over with.
Yeah, he's hot. The defensive coordinator is Trent Matthews at Mesa, and he's also the defensive backs coach.
Now Phil Vigil, he's just kind of walking away from everybody. I think he's trying to not send the message to his team that there's that emotional and
emotional versus with emotion.
Yeah.
He's crossing that line right now. He's straddling that line. But Liban Shangolo is the junior out of Denver, and he's a safety, and he took a shot. But I don't know if he used his head, and that's what Phil Vigil said. Challenges have not been our friend at CSU Pueblo this year, Jim.
Well, the referee has come out of the tent here. Again, we apologize. Still no referee mic issue fix. They say it's probably going to be next year again, but we were told that last year.
We can
we'll
hear
see.
Though. He has been disqualified. So that challenge was a great challenge by CSU Pueblo. And the CSU Pueblo players are waving him goodbye as he walks off.
And then he's doing his thing, like, come on, go ahead and talk me up. I think that's what that is.
Yeah,
I'm not sure what that means.
That's just not good. That's not good for football. And when your brother was an outstanding linebacker here.
Yeah, it's a long walk.
And it's going to be a long bus ride.
And he just has to kill time the rest of the day. So it's 1st and 10 Thunderwolves down to the 39-yard line of the Mavericks here.
I'm wondering if he headbutted him or launched himself into Chance.
And they give it to Martinez up the middle. Big hole. And he's down to the 30-yard line. Gain of 8. I think the game just ratcheted up a bit, Joe, emotionally here. And I think the hate is ebbing.
We're in closed doors, closed windows, and walls between the coaching staff at CSU Pueblo, and we can hear them.
2nd down and 2 here. They mark it at the 31-yard line. Play action. Fuller steps up in the pocket. He's going for it all. Cook is wide open. Touchdown, Thunderwolves. Flag is down, but I think it's going to be a defensive hold here on Mesa because Cook burned the defender. That was a desperation grab by the cornerback trying to take Cook down. He couldn't get it done, and Cook got away from him to score the touchdown.
Yeah, no pass interference. There is pass interference, but it's on the team in white. The touchdown will stand.
Well, that's the way to answer a cheap shot, is get a touchdown of your own, and the Thunderwolves didn't waste any time. Beautiful pass by Fuller, stepping up in the pocket. He saw the defender go down, and he just put enough air under that to make sure Cook could run underneath it.
Yeah, they poked the bear, Jim.
Exactly.
They taunted the wolf.
So extra point try upcoming here. Jacob Willig, this will be his 44th extra point try of the year. And they bobbled the snap. The kick is up, and it's no good.
Oh.
It was a bad snap. It was a decent attempt to get the hold down. Willig was able to get the kick off, but it never had any altitude because he didn't know where the guy was going to stick the ball down. So that's the first extra point miss of the year for the Thunderwolves.
And if you've been talking to me, you'll know that I'm grateful for that. I wanted it to be a miss when it didn't matter, just so you couldn't say when the game on the line he's not missed all season, and now he's like 43 of 44 or whatever it is.
Yeah, just a little botched job on the snap. It was just a tad high, and it did a great job to get it down on the turf to even get a chance at kicking it.
You know what's great about him is he's turned into that steady Eddie where you don't have to worry about it. You just it's kind of an afterthought now as an extra point, but great for even getting a kick off.
So it's 9-3 Thunderwolves. 4:02 to go here in the first quarter. See how Mesa answers. They were able to answer the first field goal by the Thunderwolves with one of their own. I just want to see what kind of emotion now the Thunderwolves defense plays with it. They're able to dial it back a little bit while staying intense. Chance for the return, taken at the goal line. They'll run out of there with it. Across the 5, 10, 15, cuts back inside, 20, makes a man miss to about the 24-yard line. Decent return there, but still one less than if you'd have just taken the fair catch, but tried to make something happen.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, you don't have to leave the playing field if you've been disqualified now.
Well, he did.
He left.
Yeah, he's coming back out now.
You don't have to leave the field. Because that was that walk of shame that they didn't want players to have to take. And I think somebody went and told him that you don't have to be in the locker room.
Yeah, so Liban is making his way back out, so he'll just hang out over on the sideline the rest of the day. Doesn't need that helmet anymore. He puts that up on the cart. Okay, Mesa with the ball from their own 24-yard line. That show's over. The Levon Shangolo show. Now we've got a problem here. I think the Mavericks don't have the right personnel out here.
Nope, they just called timeout.
They take a timeout, so we'll keep it right here. We're out of our media allotment here for this quarter. Give us a chance to take a tour around the country, I suppose, here and see what else is happening. And it's funny the texts I get during the game. Why the delay on the AM broadcast? Well, we always talked about it. If it's a iHeart issue, it's always about, it's just the way all apps work. You're always about a minute behind the actual live. That's why I always say go buy a transistor radio, unless this guy has a transistor radio and is listening to the game and there's still a delay. Now that I can't explain unless they're worried about us saying something we shouldn't say.
I was watching the World Series last night, and the play-by-play on ESPN, the app, I was just checking the score, and it was ahead of what I saw on TV.
Oh, exactly. That happens.
I was like, wait, it was 3-3. It was.
I was doing the same thing. I was watching the end of the Nuggets game on the NBA Network. So I guess we are on a little bit of delay on the. I can't answer that, Don. I'm sorry. I got work to do. First and 10, 24-yard line. Here's a run around the right side, and Herberg's just going to run it out of bounds. There's certain things, Joe, that are just out of our realm. You know, we're here. We're focused on what's on the game. I don't have an idea what goes on, you know, with all the things behind the scenes.
I just say it's Halloween time, and it might be gremlins.
Could be a delay in the
Could
atmosphere.
be the ghosts.
Gain of 5 there for Herberg. 2nd down and 5. Now, that would be annoying if you went and bought the transistor radio and you're here wanting to hear us call the game live and there's a delay. I understand the frustration there. Here's the handoff around the left side. They break through the first wave of attack, get close to the first down there. Thunderwolves looked like they had it sniffed out, but the running back able to knife underneath the defenders and get forward for a decent gain on the play.
Yeah, he had good acceleration once he got to the line of scrimmage and he got it 3 yards. It's only 3rd and 2, or maybe even a long 1.
That was Marvin Jones on the carry. So 3rd down, a long yard here. And they're going to give it to him around the left side. He breaks through. He's got the 1st down and more. He's into the secondary before Bone able to save the day and hit him down at the 44-yard line. Living up to his name is safety there. If he doesn't get him, he's gone.
Good penetration by the Mesa offensive line getting to that second level.
So 1st and 10 for the Mavericks at their own 44-yard line. Thunderwolves with a wave of substitutions here. They're allowed to match. So the center judge now vacates. Now they'll run the play. Trips to the right this time. Straight drop back. Little swim move there by Ramming.
Cody
and
Ramming.
He got home, but he breaks the tackle. Gets forward. Now here comes the late pressure, running him out of bounds for relatively no gain. Saving the day there for the Thunderwolves, Donovan English.
The freshman defensive back, Herbert, was able to squirt away, and it looked like he had some green to run.
Well, Ramming broke through there initially, forced him up into the pocket. Then one of the other defensive line had him wrapped up but couldn't secure him. Allowed him to escape. It all turns out to be just a gain of a yard, 2nd down and 9.
Well, Turrentine's in there because you can tell he's got a red hoodie under his blue jersey. James.
2nd and 9, trips to the right. They send the running back in motion out to the left. That's Jones, straight drop. They run the screen pass left side, and Jones is hit immediately and taken down. They hope he can break the tackle, but Donovan English, he's a big physical corner. And took him down immediately for a loss on the play, a loss of a yard. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and 10 now for the Mavericks. 9-3 Thunderwolves, 1:10 to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, that was man on man, and Donovan English stood his ground and broke him down and made the tackle for no gain, maybe even a loss of 1.
Turns and comes out of the ball game and into the game now for the Thunderwolves is Micah Lutu. He lines
kind of
up
a
on the
heavy
right
package,
defensive end. Yep. Thunderwolves rush 5. Here they come off the edge. Pass down the middle, up high pointed, and it is intercepted. Thunderwolves have it back the other way. And taken down at the 50-yard line for the Thunderwolves, Danye Dixon. That ball was actually caught momentarily. Now a flag comes down on the sideline here as somebody got lit up late. I think this might be another one on the Mavericks.
You know, Daniel Bone was locked up, but Markel Quinney wouldn't let it go. And he got up and then he pushed Bone down. Trying to keep your heads. You know, if I was Mesa, I would challenge that, saying the receiver was down.
Yeah, I thought his knee might be down,
when he
Joe.
caught the ball.
But did he have secure? Did he catch the ball? You know, because it was kind of a 50-50 ball.
Right.
That is going to be the question here. Now the officials are talking this over. I think they're talking over the penalty, but I'm with you. If I'm Mesa, I challenge this. Say my man was down at the 30-yard line with the ball before it was ripped out of his hands.
Because it looked like he pulled the ball out of his hands while he was on his back.
So still, you know, they're...
Here's the challenge flag. Yeah, they called it no foul, and that might be a good call right there.
So Thunderwolves do take over at the 49. Now here comes the challenge flag by Mesa. It is out. So they're going to say that this is a catch before the ball was ripped out of their receiver's hands. Now, he had his hands on it. Now, did he secure it? Now, the argument would be, well, he didn't secure it because our guy was able to rip the ball out of his hands.
Right.
But is the play over when his knees hit the ground?
Well,
that is the question.
And the fact that they called it an interception originally on the field, I'm looking at it again, and they were hand fighting for the ball, but I don't think he ever took the ball to his body.
Yeah,
Jim.
that view isn't going to show us anything there. You got to zoom in on it. But
Yeah,
now
but that would be the first thing that I thought of.
Yeah.
But he did make a football move because he caught it and kind of turned.
Yeah. So we're going to have to see here what they say. And Joe's trying to get word from the coach's box over here. So Joe's in conference with the coaches of CSU Pueblo who are in the booth next to us. That's why we've got his mic turned down briefly. We'll see what he found out there. Joe, what'd you find out from them?
Braley Brown, the offensive coordinator, said, "What did you see on the replay?" And we said the same thing you did, nothing.
Yeah, exactly. We're trying to.
Yeah, no offense, but no.
But, you know, in real speed, I thought he had, I think his knee was on the ground.
He was on his back.
But did he have the ball secured? That is the thing. It's a 50-50. And we had that play happen the other day in the pro game, in the Broncos game.
Gene Steratore said they got it wrong. So,
but then he came back later on and said that he was wrong by saying it was wrong. So I don't know.
I didn't see that part.
Yeah.
I didn't see the mea culpa.
Yeah, he did a mea culpa later.
I think that the fact that they called an interception on the field might make this stand. But the first thing I thought of, maybe he was down when he took the ball away, but they were hand fighting for the ball the whole time. I didn't even see who it was.
For the Thunderwolves,
Yes.
Danye Dixon
Oh,
had the interception.
Okay.
So, and I think on the grab for the Mavericks, it was Jack Horsford, sophomore out of Highlands Ranch. He had it. He high pointed it. But see, that's the other thing, Joe. He high pointed it, so he had the ball whipping it. Now, had he secured it, because Dixon didn't go down, he stayed up with it and just more or less took the ball away from him. Now, when was it?
And I would even call it a fumble recovery other than a catch and then a fumble recovery. Yeah. He just took the ball away from him.
So it's be interesting to see what this ruling is. If they say it's Mesa catch, I'm not, I'm really not going to have any problem with it.
No, I wouldn't either.
Because it depends on how you rule it. And the thing is, there's no way they're going to get a view on that little iPad over there that zooms in. We've already seen the replays he's looking at.
Yeah.
You can't see that.
No, and it's so far away, and it's going to be even littler on that. So I think this is.
Yeah, my first thought is it's going to stand because there's no way in the world he's going to be able to interpret what we saw in live action.
And we're almost a 50-minute first quarter.
Yeah.
That's how long this game has taken. For a 9-3 game.
Yeah, they're taking the longer they look, I don't know who it favors here. If it was cut and dried, they'd have said, yeah, it's an interception. But now the longer they look, well, God, when was his knee down? Was the ball out? Who had possession?
We don't have a crowd or officials, Mike, but we can hear the official through the public address system pretty well today. So we'll see what he says.
And they've stopped putting the replay back up. But the replay they were showing on the board it didn't do a darn thing. So if they're watching the same things, they're not going to be able to see a thing. Unless they can somehow zoom the screen in down there on their little iPad. But even then, it gets grainier. Your pixelation, you're going to lose contrast. And the best way to view that, Joe, would have been, I think our view was the best view in the house right here. If you had a camera right in our angle, because he caught it right on about the yard line we're at.
And in real time, to me, the continuation was an interception or a change of possession.
Yeah.
In real time, that's what I thought it was to start. And I'm pretty good initially, which means I'll overturn it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I could see it going. It's the ultimate 50-50 here. So usually on a 50-50, it goes with the call that was made. You can't overturn a call that's 50-50. And the longer they over there looking it over, the more I say it's got to stay the same. But we'll see. Here it comes. Here's the decision.
It stands as called. Danye Dixon, though, is now he's standing on the trainer's table, and the trainers are like, sit down.
Yeah, you're over here for a reason. You're injured.
We're retaping your ankle. Sit down.
He says, I'm entitled to my celebration.
Yeah.
Well, good play by Dixon. Speaking of big physical cornerbacks.
Though, Jim. He's having trouble.
Yeah, he might have got caught up in that wash down here on the sideline.
Weight on that.
Yeah, I worry less about the ankle than that Liz Frank thing. That foot injury seems to be the one that just is debilitating. Here's a pitch to the right side. Good run here. Russell puts his head down. Physical run inside the 35 down to the 33-yard line. He is not taking any prisoners today, Joe. He's running downhill.
5 Mesa defenders, and he ran inside of all of them.
Yeah, we had the Dancing with the Stars runs the last couple weeks, but these are power runs here. 1st and 10 down to the 33-yard line of the Mavericks. Thunderwolves up 9-3. Give it to Russell again up the middle. Nice cut this. Oh, nice, beautiful cut there. A jump cut inside the 30 down to about the 27-yard line. That was your Dancing with the Stars move there, a little jump cut.
He has great feet. I go back to Cam McDonald and Jesse Lewis.
Yep. That will end the first quarter of play. It's been an exciting one. 9-3 Thunderwolves at the end of one. They're on the move on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You're listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
Well, Joe, winter is coming. 120 miles north of here, up in Golden, it is snowing hard. It's 14-7. Mine's on top, and they're showing some shots of some of the hardy Western Colorado fans that have made the trip there. It's a full house today up in Golden, as you might expect for number 1 versus number 9.
Well, I know they were saying if you were going to go to that game, and you didn't have a ticket yet, you were out of luck.
And the snow has not started to accumulate yet there, but it is coming down pretty hard up there in Golden, Colorado. 14-7 remains the score. Mine's on top. Somebody has a 4th down and 3. I can't tell. I just flipped it over to take a look. Thunderwolves here have it 2nd down and 4 from the 27-yard line of the Mavericks. They lead it 9-3. Still sunny and beautiful here in Pueblo, Colorado in the Banana Belt.
You know, Tyler Chapman limped off the field, Jim, and that's not good for CSU Pueblo, the true freshman tackle.
Kind of a slow snap here. Fuller goes right side. Ball caught by Rakowski inside the 20. Puts his head down, breaks a tackle. He's got the 1st down to about the 19-yard line.
You know, we had Daniel Rakowski on the Phil Vigil show this week, and he told us he played quarterback in high school.
Yes, as a junior.
Little guy.
Ball at the 19-yard line, 1st and 10. Now they change the play call. Russell remains in the game at tailback. He lines up on the left hip of Fuller. Cook is wide to the left. Rakowski and Retzlaff to the right. They give the ball to Russell, kind of dancing his way along the line of scrimmage, breaks the tackle, puts his head down, wedges his way down to the 15 before his body slam. Flag comes down. Going to be a hold on the Thunderwolves here. Maybe a high-low block here.
Yeah, it looked like they had a couple guys engaged.
And it is just going to be a holding call on the Thunderwolves. So 10-yard mark off. We'll make it 1st and 20 now. Ball marked back to the 29-yard line. It'll be 1st and 20 for the Thunderwolves. They lead at 9-3, just underway here in the 2nd quarter. Thunderwolves do have a touchdown in this game. They missed their first extra point of the season. That's the reason we're at 9 instead of 10. Fuller takes the snap, play action, steps up in the pocket, goes down the middle. He's going for it all, looking for Rakowski. Ball broken up. Good cornerback play there from the Mavericks. Jakari Williams all over that one.
That's the way you play it defensively. He just let the ball come to him and then kind of shielded his body and went up and slapped it away.
So now it's 2nd down and 20. This penalty going to make it very challenging for the Thunderwolves to get a 1st down here. They are in field goal range, but it's uncomfortable field goal range at this point. Here comes blitz off the edge. They dump the middle screen to Russell. Breaks a tackle. He's across the 25. Cuts inside 20, 15, to the 10, 5. Touchdown! Thunderwolves! What a run after the catch by Russell.
You want to talk about dancing with the stars? Howard Russell raised the mirror ball.
What a play call there. They beat the blitz with the screen pass, and Russell just had to make that first guy miss. He had a nice block on his left hip and able to spring it, made that one guy miss he needed to, Joe, and it was all she wrote.
Yeah, we talk about run after catch or yards after catch. CSU Pueblo is one of the top teams in the nation in that, and none is more pretty than Howard Russell's yards after catch.
Thunderwolves electing to go for 2 right here to try to get back on schedule. Although they may come out of this. Let's see. Nope, they are going to snap. Here's the side hike. Breaking the tackle. Ramming into the end zone. Ramming speed for the 2-point conversion. Cody Ramming on the direct snap.
That's not the first time we've seen that this year, the side hike. Like you're playing it on Temple Drive.
That was a great grab by Ramming to catch that side hike. It was a little off to his kind of forward and to his left, but he snagged it and then got it on into the end zone.
Well, he is 6'7", and he's got a wingspan to match.
So the 2-point conversion does indeed get the Thunderwolves back on schedule. It's 17-3.
Following the turnover, which was contested and challenge was denied. Mesa's already had a player ejected.
Yeah, I think the tide changed, didn't it, Joe? Right after that ejection, didn't it?
It
just kind of lit a fire under the Thunderwolves.
Turned it up just a notch, like it wasn't already heated.
So line to kick things off here. Boy, the snow starting to accumulate up there in Golden. It is getting miserable in a hurry. They're showing some surrounding shots, so you can't see the hills around. It is just a nasty day up there. Here's the kick. And a short kick taken at the 6. Chance of the return across the 15, 20, cutting outside and across the 30-yard line. Decent return there for the Mavericks. Had a little extracurricular there after the play, but they let the players separate there.
You know, Evan Lyons wears 84, and Tanner Draper, when he played here for CSU Pueblo, he wore 84, and he always fancied himself a kicker.
That's
and
right. He was the emergency guy.
He was the emergency kicker. He always wanted to be, and he said, I always used to tell Risto, how come I always want, he wanted to be. Now there's an 84 who's a kicker at CSU Pueblo.
That is irony there, isn't it?
He was their backup kickoff kicker for a while there.
I think he fancied himself as backup everything.
Yeah, he thought he could play everything.
You're going to run a quarterback follow play around the right side, and Herberg just runs out of room there. That was just a complete empty backfield. It looked like the old South Colt play, Joe. Remember, they just snap it to Stosky and go right.
And what happened there was Daniel Bone said, all right, come on. He shed his blocker like it was nothing.
That's kind of a dedication to Mark Herring, our old buddy.
Well, I mean, look at all those quarterbacks back then.
Yeah.
I mean, there were some Nikolai, Stosky, Medina. There were a bunch of them.
2nd down and 9 from the 30 for the Mavericks. This time they give it up the middle, and that goes nowhere. Look at him being swallowed alive. Like he went right into Moby Dick's mouth there, and he's no longer going to be seen again.
And who came up with it? Gary Seidenberger was a big part of that, but so was Michael Lutu.
No gain on the play. Might have even lost a yard. It's back to the 29. We'll call it 3rd and 10 here for the Mavericks.
Look at these two defensive ends now. You got Makia Scipio and Monty Hamrick.
Look out below if you're the quarterback Herberg here. Thunder will show they're going to rush 5. Sometimes they zone blitz out of this and drop back into coverage. And, Scipio did drop back into coverage. They roll right. He's got some room up the right side. Pump fake and gets forward for the first down. Good run there by Herberg. Thunderbolts didn't have anybody to contain him on that right side.
Now, I'm not a big zone blitz guy because you take your best pass rushers and drop them back into coverage. And quarterbacks see that and they lick their chops.
So it will be 1st and 10 for the Mavericks at the 41-yard line. Why? Sometimes things happen in the booth that I just don't understand, Joe. But now I know why it did happen, because he doesn't know any better. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Play action. Herberg in the pocket, steps up. Fire ball batted down and incomplete.
Michael Lutu batted that ball down and almost batted it to Monty Hamrick.
Yeah, kind of a dedication spike there for the Thunderwolves volleyball team there. And speaking of the volleyball team, Joe, big win a week ago. They beat Metro, knocked off their 6-game winning streak.
Last weekend was a very good weekend for CSU Pueblo. The ensuing week, not so much.
Yeah. Second down and 10 from the 41-yard line for the Mavericks. Thunderwolves are offside on this side here. Let's see if they're going to say they're in the neutral zone. They're lined up offside. They got away with it. And flushed, get it over the middle, ball caught, and forward for about 4 yards there. Oh, man, no, we got a late shot at the end there. Seidenberger just got lit up by one of the linemen. They just say incidental contact, I guess. What is going on out there? And now we got an injury for the Thunderwolves.
Might be Cody Ramming.
I think it is Cody. Feeling for his back. That's not good. It is Cody Ramming. It's a gain of 4 on that play. It's going to be 3rd down and 6. The concern now is for Cody Ramming reaching for that lower back. So you hope in this case, you hope it's a bruise and not some kind of muscle pull here of some kind.
Coach Veal's out there with him. I think he's out there just because he's on their side of the field.
Yeah, yeah, to make it known that, I know what's going on out here. And Ramming now, he's kind of taking inventory. He's walking pretty much just. Joe, we know that pose.
Yeah,
that's the old sciatic.
Like or I pulled something.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's all right. I hope it's all right. I hope it doesn't tighten up.
I overswung.
Yeah, they'll get the Theraguns on it, get some heat on that thing, and see if they can get him back in. And he is a big dude, isn't he?
He is.
Oh, my. 3rd down and 6 from the 45-yard line for the Mavericks. 17-3, Thunderwolves on top. Quick action over the middle, incomplete, almost intercepted. Tried to throw a quick hitter there, a quick slant pattern, and as he's been a couple times today, Herbert's been a little high with some of his passes.
He didn't set his feet, Jim. He heard footsteps and let that ball fly a little bit too high. Again, Csu Pueblo has made quarterbacks uncomfortable the last few weeks, and today is no exception.
So they'll punt it away from their own 45-yard line. Thunderwolves look like they're going to show when they cause a false start or a delay game here. Let's see what it is.
Yeah, Mesa moved, so they'll get a free 5 backwards.
Thunderwolves shifted out of their kind of punt safe defense to punt block defense there, and they all came up on the line of scrimmage, and that caused Mesa to panic a bit there.
It's there if they want to block, but you got to be ready for you got to be careful not to rough the punter, but it's there.
And kick is away.
Oh.
High, booming kick, a howitzer shot here. Cook takes it at the 10, makes the first man miss, cuts up the middle of the field, makes another man miss across the 15, gets to the edge, 20, 25, breaks the tackle. Looked like a face mask there at the 26-yard line. Did they throw the flag? Here comes the flag.
I see flags everywhere. There may be multiple infractions.
Yeah, we got a flag up the field here. Probably going to be unless they all saw that face mask.
I think there might be a block in the back, too, because anytime you change directions like that, you leave yourself open to a block in the back.
No face mask call on the play. I thought for sure I saw Cook's face mask get great because didn't you see his head kind of twist there, Joe?
Yeah,
maybe they had him up around the collar perhaps, but
redshirt freshman Bryson Torrey, a linebacker out of Denver, gets called for the illegal block. And like I said, when you change directions, you got somebody engaged, you can easily clean somebody's clock that way. And they did outlaw those for a reason.
Yeah, what you need to do on that is sometimes you're going to come across a guy, but you just got to stand there and just kind of absorb him.
If you drop your arms and almost like shadow block.
Yeah, just let him run into you a little bit, but don't, as Joe said, decleat. And we all know what that means. That's when you just annihilate a guy.
I used to watch highlight reels of that. I know why they outlawed it, but it was still fun to watch.
Here's a handoff up the middle to Martinez. Good run there, out across the 15 to about the 16-yard line. Thunderwolves have been effective running the football here today. Gain of about 3, maybe 4 on a play. Not sure where the original line of scrimmage was. I think it was the 12. So we're going to call it 4. 2nd down and I'm going to call it 2nd and 7. It's closer to that looking at the sticks across the way. Play action. Fuller sets. Looks left. He's going for the up sideline back shoulder throw, and it's incomplete. A lot of holding and grasping over there on that sideline on Cook. But it was just more or less hand fighting between both guys. Let him go.
And on that play right there, I'm going to say that was on Cookie because that was a back shoulder throw, and he kept running.
Yeah, you got to sell it, or you got to then stop.
You got to come back.
Yeah.
You can't just keep going. You got to stop.
So it's 3rd down and 7 now for the Thunderwolves from their own 17.
Jakari Williams, the corner for Mesa, who's been in some big plays so far, and he was on that play too.
Mesa rushes 4. Fuller steps up in the pocket and goes up, and it's intercepted. That ball got away from him and intercepted by the Mavericks at the 32-yard line. Ball floated there on Fuller. Not sure if there was a miscommunication or what, but that was almost could have called a fair catch on that interception.
I wondered if he got hit, but there was nobody around him. It looked like it knuckled on him, and I don't know what happened.
The ball might have just slipped out of his hands, perhaps. But definitely not what you want. Throwing an interception in plus territory. The Mavericks take over at the 31-yard line of the Thunderwolves, trailing the game 17-3. 10:44 to go here in the second quarter. Ramming is back in the ball game. That's good news for the Thunderwolves.
So but Donnie Dixon is not. Although he is getting retaped, it looks like.
Yeah, they're working on him again, aren't they, on that left foot, left ankle area. So see if the Mavericks here can take advantage of it. This is their big break of the ball game to try to get back in this game down 14. Herbert takes the snap, hands it off around the left side, stringing it out, and it's going nowhere. You don't make a good living against the Thunderwolves running east and west, and then the yard official, handling the yard marker, got clobbered over here on the sideline. He just got annihilated, and there's some concern about him now. They've got him up on his feet. The players are all dusting the pellets off him and say, "You okay?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm all right. Give me my cap."
He got Charlie Browned. All of his clothes went everywhere.
And we've got an injured Maverick on the play as well, out around the 32-yard line. Looks like one of their linemen is down. So, battle of attrition going on right now here at the Thunderbolt. 17-3 our score. 10:37 to go in the second quarter. No telling how long this injury break's going to be. Mines has scored a touchdown with 5:51 to go in the third quarter. They lead Western Colorado now 21-7. Elsewhere around the country, they had a lightning delay down in Lawrence earlier today. Kansas leading Oklahoma 32-27. Oklahoma came into that game ranked 6th in the country, but Kansas, they're a pretty good outfit now. They're not the Kansas we remember.
And they're playing in Lawrence. It's a crazy atmosphere.
So they're a 5-2 team, and they lead by 5, and they have the ball deep in their own territory, though. Penn State has defeated Indiana 33-24. Florida State over Wake Forest 41-16. That game is a final. Other games in action: Texas leads BYU early on 7-0. Louisville over Duke first quarter 14-0. Oregon over Utah. That might be the signature game of the afternoon window. They lead Utah 7-3.
And that's in Salt Lake City.
Notre Dame an early touchdown. They lead Pitt. It's actually gone to the end of the first quarter. Lead at 7-0. Florida with a 7-3 lead over Georgia. 4:07 to go in the first quarter there. Rice and Tulane just underway. Big game tonight for local interest up in Fort Collins. Air Force against Colorado State. That could be a sneaky good game, Joe.
Well, Air Force is getting 14. Or the Rams are getting 14. So
yeah, I think I got to go CSU to cover there. I think that's going to be a pretty good game. Second down and 11 now after the injured player taken off the field for the Mavericks. Straight drop back. They look right, and it's a low throw, and it might have been caught. If it is, they're going to say it's a catch, but it's only for a couple on the play. As the receiver that time for the Mavericks, David O'Connell, probably their best receiver, had to go down and scoop it up off the turf. So it's going to bring up third down now. 3rd and 8 from the 29-yard line of the Thunderwolves. Trying to take advantage of this interception here are the Mavericks.
Csu Pueblo has not put much pressure on the quarterback today.
Well, this would be the spot to do it. Try to knock him out of field goal range here on 3rd and 8. They're showing 6 coming here this time. They do send 6. Here they come. Passes away, going for it all in the end zone, and it's a little bit behind the receiver. He almost like he overran it, Joe. Well, he was open, but the ball fell short.
I think the ball was a little underthrown, and Herbert just got annihilated. I mean, give him credit for standing in there making the throw, but the ball was underthrown because I think he got hit just at the right time, but the ball was underthrown by about a yard.
Yeah, the wide receiver was Keenan Brown, and it's almost like he didn't adjust for the underthrow that time. He just kept running at full speed, and the ball fell short. 4th down and 8. They're going to go for it here. Thunderwolves send the house. Stepping up in the pocket, trying to get away is Herbert. Puts his head down. He's got the first down and more inside the 15, inside the 10. Hurdles his way into the end zone. Touchdown. What a run by Gavin Herbert.
4th down and 8. And you give up a touchdown.
What a run that was by the quarterback, Gavin Herbert. Give credit to him there.
Well, when you send everybody, you put your defensive backs on an island, and they're backpedaling with receivers, so the entire middle of the field is wide open.
Extra point try upcoming here for Henry Cattleman, or Cattleman. I'm not sure his pronunciation.
I like Cattleman.
Okay.
Whether it's right or not, I like it.
Ball's down, kick is up, and it is good. 9:26 to go here in the second quarter. Mavericks have made a game with it. They've taken advantage of the turnover. They've cut the lead to 7. It's the Thunderwolves 17, Mesa 10 on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You are listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox
He might
Sports
be old.
1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to the Thunderbolt. Great run there by Gavin Herberg, Joe, and the Thunderbolts rushed 5, but as you mentioned, they lost contain, and he was able to knife it right up the middle of the field. And as you mentioned, all the defensive backs had their back turned.
Yeah, once you sell out to trying to rush the quarterback, you better get there, or it leaves you vulnerable to something that just happened. And give Gavin Herbert credit, because he took advantage. But the first 10 yards you got to give him, because that's just. But the last 20 yards, he did a great job.
Yeah.
Showed a little hops too.
Yeah, a little hurdle move. He made it about the 11-yard line. Looked just like a high hurdler. As the defender went low on him, and he went right over the top of him.
You know, they're running away. When they roll him out, they roll him away from Scipio, which I don't blame them.
Yeah.
But he hasn't got there yet, and they need to get there to make him uncomfortable.
Well, what Mesa has done with that touchdown is they've put some doubt into the game now. They're back into it.
Yeah,
you know,
let him hang around.
Yeah, you're on the verge there when you're down 17-3. If you don't do anything, Thunderbolts could, start rolling.
On a 4th and 8.
Here's the kick, sidewinder kick, and into the end zone and out the back. So it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
And that all was because of the interception from Chance Fuller, who threw a duck. It is hunting season.
Yeah, exactly. That thing just kind of floated out of there, and like I said, Joe, he wasn't under. He was kind of rolling a little to his left, perhaps. But it looked like the ball just kind of slipped out of his hand.
That's what I wonder, is if it actually slipped out of his hand.
So it's 1st and 10, Thunderwolves from their own 25-yard line. A little sense of urgency here now. Still leading the game 17-10, but now you want to reestablish something. Pass left side, caught by Rakowski. Nice move there, makes the first man miss, gets forward for about 6. That's an easy 6. 2nd down and 4.
Long handoff there, and he was about a step away from making that a lot bigger gain. See how he knifed back into the field of play.
2nd and 4. And they give it to Martinez. He's got a big hole. He's across the 35-4. Flag comes down, though. Another hold on the Thunderwolves. I think that's the 3rd time they've been called for holding today.
There's a reason why there was a big hole. Call it on the center.
And Chappell, he doesn't know quite why he was called for holding there.
It's hard for a center to hold, or to get a call like that so quickly.
Yeah, because it was a quick hitter.
Yeah.
So 2nd down and 14 now, back at the 21-yard line for the Thunderwolves. So a little adversity here on offense. Roll to the right, Fuller. Throws, bad pass, and it is almost intercepted again. Man, oh man, he's trying to get it to Retzlaff, and the play was jumped there. Chance for the pick by Williams, and luckily for the Thunderwolves, unable to hold it on the sideline.
Well, this is a problem I personally have seen with Chance Fuller earlier this season, is he tends to lock on a receiver, and that time he had Reggie Retzlaff in his sights from the time he rolled out.
Well, these cornerbacks for Mesa, they're pretty good. Dvorak in motion to the left side, straight drop back. Now they go over the middle. Retzlaff has it this time. He's got the 1st down, out across the 35 to about the 37-yard line. What a strike that time by Fuller, as Retzlaff came across the middle and he zipped it in there.
Great pass. That was with authority.
So it's out to the 38-yard line. 1st and 10. Thunderwolves go hurry up. And screen pass right side. Rakowski dropped it. That ball's loose. Incomplete. Incomplete pass.
It was a terrible call right there, Jim. They tried to run a bunch set to receiver screen, and no one was. I don't know how they got the play off. I don't think anybody was set.
Yeah, it looked like it was dangerously close to well, we've had it earlier in this game where they did get a false start, where they try to go up, hurry up on the line of scrimmage.
And they usually do that after a 1st down.
So 2nd and 10. Give the ball to Martinez. Nice cut there. Spins forward out to about the 44-yard line. Pick up 6. Well, they're going to mark him down at the 43 where his knee hit. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Spin Orama is Keon Martinez.
Paulus in the game. He lines up wide to the right. Looks like he's flexing his legs, trying to get loose. He hasn't seen a lot of time in this game so far.
I don't think he's been in until right now.
They've been using Dvorak for the most part, so they've been going with a tight end in their set. Rakowski in motion to the left. He's in motion illegally forward. They don't call it. Pass it to him left side. He's got it. Spins. Got the 1st down and more. Inside Maverick territory to the 40 6-yard line. Well, Joe, that's the call now. They just ignore it. Referees do. That looks like the Canadian Football League. Rakowski is in motion toward the line of scrimmage.
Just kind of leaning a little bit. And
he's already turning the corner, but they don't call it. Nobody calls it anymore. First down and 10 from the 46-yard line. Works out for the Thunderwolves this time. And now Thunderwolves false start on the left side.
They're the one place they have not been good from game one till now is penalties.
So marks it off 5 yards back into Thunderwolves territory, back to the 49-yard line. It's 17-10. Thunderwolves on top. 7.5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. 2 wideouts right, single wideout left. They give the ball up the middle to Russell, kind of knifing his way through for a couple is all. Gets it back into Maverick territory. Gains 3. It'll be second down and 12 upcoming from the 48-yard line.
Jim, I like what the offense has done from Csu Pueblo to go back to the middle of the field. Fuller's been looking deep and on the outsides, and the middle of the field has been where it's been most open.
2 wideouts each side this time. Ball on the left hash. Russell is the running back. Fuller now changing the play call. Now he sends Russell in motion to the right side. Straight drop back, little in pattern. Caught. And again, it's Rakowski. He's close to the first down. Forward progress should be at the 35, and it is. He gets run back all the way back to the 42-yard line, but he dipped his head in.
Yep.
Got the first down.
I thought he had the ball right at the 35, and that's about where they put it.
I like the timing of that play. It's zipped right on him, and, he doesn't mess around, does he?
No. He can't afford to. He's little.
Ball to 35. Now they change the play. They look over to the sideline, get the signals. Again, they send Russell in motion. This time they throw it to him on the right side. Try to make a man miss over here on the edge. Stiff arm and spins, but he ran out of real estate. Stepped out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage. So no gain. It'll be second down and 10 from the 35-yard line. Thunderwolves doing their best to get it quickly on the edges in this game. Now they make some substitutions as Gravano
comes out.
Got to come out. Now, he didn't know where to go there. Now he gets him out. Rakowski back in on the slot to the left along with Retzlaff. Retzlaff's actually wide to the right this time. And now they pitch it, and that play's blown up. Looked like some confusion that time by the Thunderwolves. Looked like Russell might have went the wrong way there, and finally, Fuller just kind of shoveled it to him, but they lose 3. So it's third down now and 13. This is just a bad spot to be on the field with this wind condition we have right now to try to kick a field goal. I don't think you, in your right mind, would kick one from 55. They need to try to get at least half this, make it manageable.
Again, look for that little inside slant.
Yeah, Retzlaff is wide to the right. That's who you'd look for on that. Trips to the left. Straight drop back by Fuller. Now he spins out of it, trying to buy some more time. Looks, he fires it down the left sideline. Man's wide open, and it's a touchdown! It's Gravano.
There's a flag, but I think that's post touchdown flag is what I think.
It is a touchdown. On Howard Russell, unsportsmanlike conduct, his first of the day. One more and he's expelled from the game. Nice pattern though there by Gravano, getting behind everybody.
Well, it was Fuller faking and then doing the back shoulder rollout. The corner came up in run support, and guess what? Gravano had already been behind him. I'd like to say it's his first touchdown of the year, but it's not.
He's caught one earlier. Caught a long one earlier this year.
That was you get a touchdown, you get a touchdown, you get a touchdown.
That's right.
Game.
I think his earlier one this year, I have to look on my sheet here. Caught a 55-yard touchdown pass. Down at Fort Lewis, wasn't it?
Everybody scored.
Yeah.
I caught one.
Extra point try, it's up, and it is good. 4:49 to go here in the second quarter. I don't know if we're out of spots or not, but I'm going to take one because you know what? Our man at the helm, Aaron Kinnischtzke, he knows what to do. We'll just take a timeout here on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You are listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to the Thunder Bowl. Well, the field covered now up in Golden, but they just got through with a shovel break. They've shoveled off the yard lines and the hash marks up there. It's a winter wonderland, and Mines now is starting to roll. They're up 28-7 over Western Colorado. They're just starting the fourth quarter up there in Golden, but that's a taste of what the weather's going to be like the rest of the day up there, of course, and tomorrow. Could be a wild one up at Mile High tomorrow, I suppose.
For the chefs.
That might be what the Broncos need, the ultimate equalizer. Weather is an equalizer usually.
The big 15-yard penalty on Howard Russell moves the ball all the way back to the 20.
So that's where the Thunderwolves have to kick this one off. And Mesa's been pretty good returning kicks here today, so a little pressure on the Thunderwolves return unit, or return coverage unit. A little pressure on Lions as well to get a good one underway here. Wind's kind of out of the east. It's really not favoring either team here. Here's the kick. They go for a long poocher. They're trying to get the tight end to call a fair catch. He doesn't. He just takes it. It's a defensive lineman, and he's running laterally and goes nowhere, taken down to the 35-yard line. And you know what? The Thunderwolves will take that.
Yeah. Alec Prince just run up and put his big shoulder pad on that thigh.
Ben Hogan trying to dig one out of the dirt there, Joe, running laterally. That's why he plays defensive lineman.
Ben, put your hand up.
Just or that or go forward. He could have ran 10 yards.
Yeah, he runs laterally.
He says, I'm going to turn the corner on this. We got return right set up. So kind of in reality, as John Riston would say, you only lose 10 yards on the 15-yard mark off. Instead of the 25, it's 35. Man in motion left side, resets. They look right, fire right over the middle. Caught. That's a good physical receiver there. Breaking tackles up the middle of the field all the way down to the 40-yard line. Who is this guy?
He's a new guy, Ryan Hollingsworth.
Man, oh man, how come he is not starting the ball game? Ryan Hollingsworth, a sophomore out of Smoky Hill High School.
Played here, or was from here.
Only his fourth catch on the year.
You know, these CSU Pueblo transfers, they're trying to show out a little bit.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line of the Thunderwolves. Play action. Herberg rolls right. Here comes pressure from Ramming. Stops, tries to get away, spins again, up the sideline, and it is deflected, incomplete. Hollingsworth had his hands on it that time, but couldn't pull it in. Almost deflected it to his own teammate there. That was kind of funny watching Herberg dance there with Ramming, trying to get him, and they kind of exchanged pleasantries there.
How about a defensive end almost getting him several times, trying to... when you put a shadow on a quarterback, it's usually not your defensive end.
Just trying to get a handful of jersey there, and never could get his hand on him. So 2nd and 10 now for the Mavericks from the Thunderwolves 40. It's 24-10. Thunderwolves on top. 4:02 to go here in the first half. They're going to run it around the left side here and cutting back inside for maybe a couple on the play down to the 37. Gain 3. It'll be 3rd down and 7. On the carry there, it was Marvin Jones.
Keith McCaney comes up from corner and makes a good tackle. You know, if you're going to play cornerback at CSU Pueblo, you better be good in run support.
There's no real bell cow running back for the Mavericks. They got 3 guys all with around 250, 300 yards on the season. Kind of interchangeable. 3rd and 7 from the 37. See if the Thunderwolves can get home here against Herberg. Takes the snap. Little inside twist this time. They force him up into the pocket. Stiff arm, and he's taken down at the 46-yard line. Seidenberger kind of playing spy that time, Joe. That's how you alleviate the quarterback getting away for a long run.
Yeah, he got him from behind and fed him right to Nushi. So that's both linebackers this time accounting for the quarterback. But now you got 4th and 6. That's Mesa's favorite down and distance.
Well, they scored a touchdown the last time they were in this situation.
Coach Foskey, the defensive coordinator, he was in fun mood this morning.
Herbert looked like he was limping a little bit there, favoring that right leg. We'll keep an eye on that. Trips to the right, double wide out left. Empty backfield here for Herbert. Takes the snap. Here comes the push up the middle. Gets the pass away. Down the middle, wide open inside the 20, 15, down to about the 12-yard line. They gave him a lot of time there, and coming open across the middle was Trevin Edwards, his 18th catch of the year.
Like I said, 4th and long. Mesa's favorite down and distance.
So 1st and 10 Mavericks at the 12-yard line of the Thunderwolves. Quick count. They go on a corner route, and the ball almost intercepted, deflected there, incomplete.
McCaney, if he gets his body just turned a little bit more, picks that ball off in the end zone.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 now for the Mavericks. We're down to 2:12 to go here in the first half. Thunderwolves lead at 24-10. Been a pretty entertaining ball game. Each team with some big plays. Had some extracurricular. We've had an ejection.
Them, not Csu Pueblo.
Second down and 10. Thunderwolves stunning a little bit, twisting on the line. Here's a straight drop by Herbert. Goes right side, bands wide open, but quickly closed upon after a gain of 2. They kind of baited him into that throw, didn't they? Good closing speed by the Thunderwolves defensive backs there after a short gain. Pass complete to Keenan Brown.
The offensive line for Mesa is three freshmen, a sophomore, and a senior, and they've done a great job of keeping Herbert upright.
Thunderwolves take a timeout on defense here to try to preserve some time in case they get the stop to have time to go back the other way. Remember, the Thunderwolves do get the ball first to start the second half as well, so they'd like to get a stop here, score, and then score again, do the old daily double. First things first, though, you got to stop the Mavericks here on 3rd down and 7, or 3rd down and 8 roughly from the 10-yard line. Credit go to the Mavericks. They've been good on 3rd and 4th down.
3rd and 4th down, whereas that's been a problem for CSU Pueblo. That's been a plus for Mesa.
They break the huddle here. They send O'Connell wide to the left. He's their most physical wide receiver, wide to the left. But Brown to the right here. Straight drop back. Step up in the pocket, over the middle, caught, short of the first down. Came across the middle to Brown, but he stopped at the 6. That'll be 4 yards short, so it's going to be 4th down. Now the Mavericks have to decide, do you take the points here? And the Thunderwolves do take another timeout here with 1:51 to go. So they're counting on the stop, and then they want their offense to have time to work.
Well, if you're Mason, you go for it and you don't get it. CSU Pueblo has to go the length of the field with 1 timeout.
And if you kick the field goal, does it do you a lot of good?
I say yes. I say you need the points because you're going to need them eventually.
Kind of the old catch-22 situation here. Second guesser's delight here. Well, you come here to win. You feel like you got to get a touchdown, but man, if you don't get points at all, you feel like a fool. I think you got to kick it.
Yep, and that's what they're going to do.
Yep, here comes the kicking unit. It's almost one of those cases where you got to play the game the right way and have faith in your defense coming up with 2 or 3 stops in the second half for you, and these 3 points might be the difference in getting an upset victory. That's the way you got to feel about it.
Unless you got a really good fake.
So Cattleman, who's 1 for 1 on field goals today. His first one much tougher, a 46-yarder. This one only a 23-yard attempt. Ball's down, kick is up.
Ooh,
man, he kind of pushed that one, but he snuck it in that upright, man.
From our vantage point, if he made it, he made it barely.
Kind of shoved that one, didn't he? 1:47 to go here in the first half. Mavericks with a field goal make it 24-13. Now the Thunderwolves.
They have a little bit of, depending on the return, if you get a return. Cattleman's got a great leg, though.
Yeah, at worst, you'll have it at the 25, and they've got the quick play ability to get it up the field to try to answer. Mines have scored another touchdown. They lead at 35-7, so they're going to win that ball game and remain number 1, and they have no real roadblocks the rest of the year. I think they got a game at Highlands.
And the thing about Mines now is they'll get to get healthy. They'll get some rest. They'll get a bye because they're going to be the number 1 seed in that region.
Yeah, and then they'll be home from here on out.
From there till it's time.
So if ever the slate was there to win a national title, it's right there in front of the Mavericks right now. Thunderwolves know that formula. Play 3 playoff games at home, then go on the road and win one and win a national title.
And you do it with a good team. It's not like it's going to be some fluke that does it. They have the talent. We've seen the Division II talent this year, and Mines has as good a talent as anybody.
Here's the kick. And chance for the return here Allspar's going to take it at the 5, 10, 15, 20. Good speed. Cuts to the outside. 25, 30. Look out. 35, 40, 45. Down the sideline. Breaks a tackle. He's in the clear. It's a touchdown for the Thunderwolves. Musa Al-Safar picking him up and laying him down, Joe.
What a great wall and a burst of speed by Musa Al-Safar. We've seen it before. He just can flat move.
How did he not run out of real estate there at about the 35-yard line? Somehow he was able to turn the corner and stay in bounds.
Because he only had to outrun one guy, and that one guy was the kicker.
Well, we kind of kidded him last week, Joe. We thought he might be the special teams player of the week last week with those 2 down. And, that's quick to get down there and down it at the 1-yard line. But he missed a tackle, remember, in that game?
Yeah.
So we said, well, we can't give it to him now. Now he's got a leg up on winning it this week.
That was a great run.
Well, that kind of turns this game on its head, doesn't it? Ball's down, kick is up, and it is good. 1:34 to go now in the second quarter, and the Thunderwolves lead it 31-13.
When we saw him, we thought he might be one of those guys that was just going to get a touch or two to get that taste to play, right?
Yeah.
But he's a redshirt, so he's been here. And of course, Musa Al-Safar comes from Grandview High School, which is a pipeline to Csu Pueblo.
It's like the farm team. It's kind of like Albuquerque to the Rockies.
I can name 5 schools that I think have been a pipeline to Csu Pueblo. Grandview, Columbine early on, Pine Creek, Broomfield, and Cherry Creek.
Yeah.
Would you say that's
Yes,
probably, and
that's
maybe
good.
Fountain Fort Carson?
Yeah, Fountain,
early in the day,
days.
early on.
Man, that was just incredible. We know he's fast, but the ability to have that kind of balance and then to be able to cut at the 35-yard line up the sideline and stay in bounds. I thought he was going to run out of room.
Well, and what set that return apart from all those was he's flat fast.
Yes. Now the Thunderwolves have to take a timeout here because they don't have the right personnel out on the kickoff, evidently.
Mac Alexander's the associate head coach, but he's also the special teams coordinator. And he's someone that Phil Vigil trusts implicitly. He's like, we're lucky to have him. He always says that about Mac Alexander. And he's probably saying, look, don't let that happen to us.
Right.
Whatever you do.
Yeah, just saw that happen.
Yeah,
I could turn this
don't
game right
let
back
that
to them.
happen to us.
Well, Musa, just incredible. I'm still astonished, Joe. There's sometimes you see a play that's going to happen, it's going to return. Like sometimes you see Cook, you say, well, it's going to be a touchdown early on. But there, I thought, well, he's going to be out around 35, 40-yard line. And then all of a sudden, he just broke in the clear down the sideline.
And he's kind of that tweener size. He's 5'8", 180, so he's kind of thick but fast.
Yeah.
I laugh because we covered high school football here in Pueblo forever, and East High School, every one of their guys was 5'8", 180.
Yeah, exactly.
Linemen, defensive backs, linebacker, they were all 5'8", 180, but they were tough. Musa Al-Safar is kind of in that same build.
Well, lost in all that is the stop by the Thunderwolves defense to keep Mesa out of the end zone there, force him to the field goal.
And so much for that field goal.
Yeah. Now it doesn't look so good, does it?
No.
Here is the kick.
Kicking it deep.
And it's going to be taken at the 5-yard line. Can Mesa answer? Across the 20, 25, no. Thunderwolves have great coverage.
No, they cannot.
And on the play for the Thunderwolves, Isaiah Herford on the stop.
There's a guy that's seen a lot of time, but he makes his bones on special teams. But he plays a lot of defensive back.
Well, one thing I've noticed with this Thunderwolves ball club, this rendition of them, everybody that gets a chance, usually they make the most of it, and then there are guys that are on their scout squad. They have this scout player of the week. They celebrate. You see them on social media. They celebrate their guys that are, more or less say they're bit players, but, man, they take their part serious. Here's stepping up in the pocket. Sack, ball's loose, and who's got it? Thunderwolves have it. They win the battle on the bottom of the stack. Seidenberger comes up with the recovery.
Cody Ramming forces that fumble. Seidenberger rolls right to Seidenberger.
That was a 50-50 ball on the recovery, and I like my odds when the 50-50 is wearing number 47 for the Pack. He just ripped that ball away on the recovery.
Very opportunistic today, these Thunderwolves.
Well, Joe, you wanted pressure on the quarterback. There's your pressure, and it forces a turnover. Now the Thunderwolves have a chance to really put this game away with a minute 22 to go here in the first half.
This is where I look for 15.
Yeah, he lines up wide to the right. Rakowski's in the slot to the right. Cook is wide to the left. Fake it to Martinez. They roll right. Oh, back shoulder on the wheel route. Instead, they come out in the flat to Dvorak. He breaks a tackle inside the 20, puts his head down to about the 15. Thunderbolts got to go hurry up because they're out of timeouts now.
Yeah, Martinez was wide open on the wheel route, and he didn't see him. We saw it open up.
About a minute to go here. Clock rolls. Remember, the Thunderbolts are out of timeout, but they're not really panicked here because they're at only the 14-yard line. 2nd down and 2. Martinez on the left hip of Fuller. Play action. Looks on the pylon. Throw to Cook, and it just a little outstretched. Incomplete.
That ball had a little hot sauce on it.
So it'll be 3rd down and 2 now for the Thunderwolves. Ball is at the 14-yard line. They need almost like a yard and a half. They actually need a 13 for the first down.
Well, they need the first down because they still got plenty of time.
And they're going to throw a wide shot out here to Rakowski. Breaks a tackle inside the 10, inside the 5, puts his head down to the pylon. He's in, isn't he? Touchdown! Rakowski bowling his way in.
All he did was follow the block of Reggie Rotzloff all the way to the end zone.
There's that old long handoff, as Joe likes to call it. Just a quick pass. And the thing about it, though, Fuller doesn't loft it out there. He zips it out there, and it's right on the receiver in a hurry, and they have a chance to do something with it.
Well, and Reggie Rotzloff had to block one guy, and he blocked him all the way into the end zone.
Yeah, and Rakowski just took the escort on in, and he is not shy. That guy he looks for contact at times.
And we know these receivers all are close. It's a close bunch.
Low snap, but it's handled. Kick is up, and it is good. So we're down to 39 seconds to go here in the first half. And we were worried a little bit ago about this game getting very competitive, maybe being 24-17 going into the locker room. Now suddenly it's 38-13. Thunderwolves have just turned it on its head.
Yeah, that was one of the not so much.
Yeah.
Not so much.
And Rock getting a workout up and down the sideline, following the drum.
Yeah, it's funny because Dr. Mark Rickman and his wife Carol, they're the Rock handlers. And Mark usually runs with Rock, but he's gotten so much of a workout today. Carol's gotten in the workout as well.
I see Mark down there. He says, thanks, Joe.
You know, if there are bigger supporters of CSU Pueblo than the Rickmans, I'd like to meet them.
Yeah, they go to everything.
Because that's the thing. They don't just give money or they go to everything.
Yeah, they're there. Of course, Carol was telling me about their trip up to Yellowstone. They saw 7 grizzlies on this trip, which is a sight to see. I've never seen a grizzly, Joe. I've seen black bears, and when we were at Yellowstone, never got to see a grizzly.
Well, they were here a couple weeks ago, the Grizzlies.
Yes, they were. I've seen them in person. Ball handled at the 10. This is a big one running this kick back.
Same guy.
Right. Yeah, he's getting a workout running back kicks here.
At least he went north and south this time.
And that, of course, is Ben Hogan. How can you forget him?
He's on the hands team. He's a huge guy. He wears 93, and he's got 2 kick returns today.
So the Mavericks will start from their own 20-yard line here with 34 seconds to go in the first half. This has been an incredibly long first half. We're already an hour and 42 minutes into it here.
We're the kings of the 3-hour game. I think they've all been at least 3 hours, except for one. I don't think Shadron was 3 hours.
Here's the handoff up the middle, and a gain of about a yard. Looks like the Mavericks are saying, we got to get to the locker room and get this thing organized. And they're in no hurry. They're going to come up and line up on the line of scrimmage, and they're just kind of standing around. Looks like no real direction over there. They look over to the sideline for a play to be signaled in. Nothing's being signaled in, so that means, you know what, we're going to go to the locker room. Thunderbolts are out of timeout, so they can't stop it.
Daniel Bone's like trying to make some calls here. If they chuck one, don't get caught napping.
And that'll do it. They don't run a play. That's the end of the first half. A great one, a great finish for the Thunderwolves. They lead it 38-13. Stay tuned for our halftime show. It comes your way next on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You're listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to the Thunderbolt. 38-13 at halftime here. Favor of the Thunderwolves, and what a finish to the first half for the pack. Get 3 touchdowns there in that quarter. And, of course, Gravano, the big 38-yard grab, then also for a 96-yard kickoff return, and then Rakowski, a 15-yard reception there in the quarter. Thunderwolves actually with 4 touchdowns when you look back on it in the quarter, as early on, 14 minutes to go in the quarter, Howard Russell had a 29-yard catch on a 2nd and long. If I remember, 2nd and 19, I think, when he caught that one for the touchdown. So Thunderwolves a big second quarter, and they lead it 38-13 here at halftime. Fuller, another awesome day, 4 touchdown passes, 16-25. Did have the 1 pick, but he has 203 yards and those 4 touchdowns. It's halftime at the Thunderbolt. Pack lead at 38-13 on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You're listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to the Thunderbolt, 38-13. Thunderwolves on top here at halftime. Here are the first half numbers. Thunderwolves with 15 first downs, Mesa with 6. Thunderwolves 87 on the ground, 203 through the air, 290 yards total offense on 40 plays from scrimmage. Mesa 65 on the ground, 106 through the air, 171 yards total offense on 36 total plays from scrimmage. Time of possession pretty even. Mesa 15:53, Thunderwolves 14:07. Some of the other numbers we track: third down conversions, Thunderwolves 4 of 7, Mesa 2 of 10. Fourth down though, Mesa have been pretty good, 2 of 2. One of them was a touchdown. Thunderwolves 0 for 1. Remember early on in the game they went for it on 4th down, missed it on a 4th and a yard. Thunderwolves 3 for 3 in the red zone. Mesa is 1 for 1. Individual numbers: Martinez 8 carries for 50. Russell 7 carries for 37. Herberg 8 carries for 47 yards and the touchdown. Marvin Jones 4 for 15 for the Mavericks. Fuller 16 of 25, did throw the 1 pick, 203 yards, 4 touchdowns. Herberg 10 of 20, had 1 pick, 106 yards. Receiving: Rakowski 7 for 58 and a score. Russell 3 for 38, including the 29-yard touchdown score. Retzlaff 2 for 24. Dvorak 2 for 14. O'Connell 2 for 43 for the Mavericks. Ashford 2 for 8. Brown 2 for 7. Hollingsworth 1 for 25, the former Thunderwolf. Defensive numbers: McClellan 4 tackles, English with 4, Pittman with 4, Bone with 3. For the Mavericks, Bradley has 5, Steffens and Krebs with 4 each. Nathan has 3. Joe?
Longtime listeners know that math is my strength, but my teacher misinformation from District 60 would be proud to know that CSU Pueblo is averaging 7.5 yards at play offensively.
That's good.
And if you're gonna play a football game and you get 7.5 yards at play, that's a good day at the office on offense. And they're just big plays. Chance Fuller, again, every time you look up, he's throwing a touchdown. 4 first half touchdown passes, and then a duck. Of course, we'll have to ask him about the duck.
Yeah, what happened there?
What happened on the duck? Again, running from air. He's 4 different receivers for touchdowns.
And passes, the long passes, just a thing of beauty. They're right on the money.
On the money.
Man, and it's amazing. And then you get the big play on special teams with Alcifer. He is just a gritty. That's the best way I can describe him. He does everything you need him to do. He plays special teams. He gets his chance to run it late in games and mop up duty sometimes, runs the ball hard. But there he got a chance on a kickoff return, took it to the house.
Exactly, and that's these guys taking taking advantage of their opportunities. I think my favorite play in that first half, though, that kind of typified it for me for CSU Pueblo was the touchdown pass to Gravano, because Chance Fuller doesn't usually roll opposite, if that makes sense. It almost looked like it was he pivoted and rolled around, and as he was rolling to his left, and he had to throw across his body, and Gravano got behind everybody. It was a well-designed play, but all plays are well-designed. It was well executed too, so it was a nice little play, and then the defense, they couple of mental lapses on those fourth down plays, but other than that, it's been a stellar effort.
Well, then also to look back upon was the ejection. When Shangolo got ejected out of the ballgame, it was 3-3 at that point, and they did the review for targeting. They verified that it was targeting. Good challenge that time by Phil Vigil. Got him out of the ballgame. Thunderwolves struck right after that, and the game was played with a certain edge.
Yes, the tone was tense before we got out there, and then once that ejection, it got a little bit more personal. And we're gonna have to give Phil Vigil a little bit of grief. He's not been the best in challenges, and we saw Roxy Pilato, Director of Football Operations, before the game, and she has the challenge flag. She goes, I have to keep track of it because he won't. So we're gonna give her a shout out because she did her job well, and but that was a great challenge. And obviously it must have been blatant because we were following the play, but everybody who was trailing saw it and pointed it out, and so. I'm guessing that it was a headbutt or some, and you can't do that on the quarterback. They get special protection as it is.
Yeah, and for our listeners just tuning in, what happened? Well, he handed the ball off to Martinez, and he was just around the edge of the play, and then all of a sudden you see somebody laying on the turf. It was your quarterback. It was Shangolo took a shot at him, a cheap shot at him,
and he got the 15 yards right away. But if you know Phil Vigil, that wasn't enough.
Yeah. He wanted it all, so they ejected Alsper, and he's not Alsper, Shangolo, and he's out of the ball game. 38-13 is our halftime score. Thunderwolves on top. More of our halftime show comes your way next on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You're listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to the Thunderbolt. 38-13, Thunderwolves on top. Elsewhere in the RMAC, let's go ahead and refresh our screen here. 42-7 now, Mines on top of Western Colorado midway through the fourth quarter there. South Dakota Mines over Adams State 42-9 down in Alamosa today. Black Hills State, after trailing early, has come back to defeat Fort Lewis 34-20, so the long losing streak continues for Fort Lewis. Chadron has come from behind and defeated Highlands 24-21.
Isn't that a crazy close score?
Congratulations, Eagles, coming back for the win there. What else going on today in Division 2? Let's go to the top 25. Why don't we look at Super Region 4, since that's what we're in. See what needs to happen today for the Thunderwolves. A lot of games being played tonight. Yeah, nothing really going on now. Concordia defeated Northern State, but I don't think those are either one of those teams or ones we're watching. Bemidji State defeats Duluth 38-31.
That
Bemidji
doesn't hurt. That's an okay score.
Yeah. Minnesota State defeats Southwest Minnesota 30-12.
That was a gimme.
Moorhead over Winona 20-17. And oh my goodness, Joe. Wayne State, Nebraska defeats Augustana.
That
14-12. That helps.
That helps a lot.
So
yeah, no, that helps a lot.
So last year we talked about all those dominoes that had come into effect. So that's the early returns coming out of Vermont. It's an upset, Joe.
Yes.
Can Vermont turn red? That's kind of what we're looking at. It's almost like that kind of scenario, isn't it?
They went to the county with 3 votes.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, things have to happen for a reason, and I'm telling you right now, I've seen stranger things. I've seen a two-loss CSU Pueblo team get shut out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
And that third loss is, did they get in last year with 3?
Yeah.
Yes, but was that a fluke?
Probably.
Maybe.
Elsewhere around the country, Grand Valley leads Michigan Tech 21-10 in the third quarter of that one. Central Missouri over Missouri Southern 28-0. Pitt State, they continue to roll. They lead Sioux Falls 41-3.
Remember when Sioux Falls was good?
Yes, I do
Just a couple
remember
years
that.
ago.
Indy and Upper Iowa, that's a night game tonight. Permian Basin, we'll keep an eye on that one. They take on Western Oregon. You could probably use Permian Basin losing a game somewhere down the stretch.
Yeah. Indy is the Greyhounds. They came here.
Central Washington, they are taking on Kingsville tonight down there in Texas. Bloomsburg, here's an upset, defeats Shepherd 14-10. Of course, Shepherd getting a lot of play here of late because their former quarterback is quarterback in the Bears. You know what? We got 2 minutes to go till the second half. We got to take a timeout. Thunderwolves on top, 38-13 on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You're listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to the Thunderbolts. Time for cupcake break, as Ben Greenberg's delivered some Thunderwolves cupcakes into the booth here. The frosting tastes pretty good, Joe.
I politely declined.
Yeah. I should have, but, I didn't want to make Ben feel bad.
He's been pushing him for 3 hours.
Exactly. Here, take a cupcake.
He's been pushing him for 3 hours.
And he's still got the same tray with the same amount in there, so I felt like I had to break the ice there. Speaking of break the ice, Joe, I'm looking at the radar. You were looking at it as well. It is rough all around us. Aaron Kinnischtzke is actually in the Springs producing this game. Here's a short kick here. Thunderwolves take it. It was a fair catch. Now that's a good alert play by your up man, who's a defensive lineman. Noah Purcell took the fair catch. And so that's where the Thunderwolves will take over. But it's starting to get dark and nasty looking up in the Springs. No precipitation yet. Monument Hill looks a little dicey. And, of course, in Denver, we've been following the Mines game all afternoon, and it is a snowy mess up there. A couple inches already on the ground up there in Golden.
Beautiful here.
Yeah, sun is shining.
It's a little bit nipply.
I'll go out and hit a bucket of balls afterwards.
I don't know.
I don't think so. That would be just rubbing salt in the wound, wouldn't it? Here's a handoff up the middle of Martinez. Oh, nice little move there. Just tripped up at the very end. Gains 5 on the play, but how many times have we seen that this year by Keon? He's broken his share of long runs, but there have been a number of times like, man, he could just break that one ankle tackle. Gain of 5, second down and 5.
And if he breaks that ankle tackle, he's gone.
Yeah, there's all kinds of real estate ahead of him. Dvorak in motion across the formation to the left. They give the ball to Martinez, bounces it outside, turns the corner, puts his head down, and he's just short of the first down. Give me about a half yard short. Boy, somebody knifed in there and hit him really hard low that time. Got to get that pad level down low, Keon.
He's shifty, isn't he?
Third down and about a foot here. Well, Thunderwolves, again, they go from the gun all the time. They never go up under center. This would be tailor-made for just a little quarterback sneak here, a little Ross Dowson special.
And if you're new to the broadcast, this makes Jim crazy.
Hand it up the middle, and they do get the first down. Martinez gets across the 40 to the 45-yard line.
He gets 11.
Does make me crazy.
Yeah. Well, he got 11 on that one, so that should ease your pain.
Yes, it does.
You know what I love about Keon Martinez is he has one gear when he gets the ball. It's gone. He may pause just to see the blocking, but he's got one speed, and it's all full on.
Yeah, there's not a lot of time for acceleration, is there? It's right to fifth gear in a hurry.
He's like a Tesla. Just.
Dvorak in motion again to the right side here on 1st and 10. They're going to throw it on the right side to Retzlaff. He's got Dvorak out in front blocking for him, and he's got the first down.
Now we have to give him a little.
They're going to say he stepped out of bounds about a yard short. Sorry, Joe.
We got to give him a little bit of grief because that was his third catch, and it wasn't a touchdown.
Yeah, what's up with that? He's ruining his average.
About every third catch, Reggie Retzlaff catches a touchdown.
He's ruining his catch-to-touchdown ratio.
He was the most efficient receiver in the country for one game. He caught 3 passes for 3 touchdowns.
Second down and a yard. I can call this play, Joe, even from the shotgun.
Deep?
That's right. I'm going deep to Rakowski down the middle on a post here. Dvorak in motion to the right. Straight drop back. And pump fake by Fuller. He's going to run with it this time. And dives forward.
Why head first, though?
He's got the first down.
Look who
They're
just
going to mark it at the 43-yard line. Hey,
Look
JW.
Johnny Riston just showed up in the booth. It is cold outside.
John, if you want, we'll put a headset on. You can talk to us here in a little bit if you want. He's already left. He's going back down to the
coach's show.
Yeah. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line. Fuller gives it up the middle to Russell. Nice move there. Cuts inside. He's got another first down to about the 30-yard line.
If you've ever seen speed skating, Eric Hayden, the old, where they just shift their weight and they move their feet like that, that's how Howard Russell runs.
He lines up wide to the left, right behind Cook this time. Takes and he dropped it. And he looks over to the bench and says, man, I'm sorry. They had that play set up for him.
And we can't even blame it on the sun because he was he was looking away from the sun. So
second down and 10 from the 31-yard line. Double wide out right. Cook is wide to the left. And they fake it and hit as he throws. Passes away. Got to cover that up just in case they ruled a fumble. And now we're looking for the explanation. They're going to say it is incomplete. Well, why didn't you call it incomplete right away, center judge? He lets everything go and lets people hit each other. And then he looks back at the ref. He says that's incomplete.
In real time, it looked like his arm was going forward as he was being pulled down.
I don't get it. Third down and 10. Russell remains on the right hip this time of Fuller. Trips to the left. They're kind of in a bunch formation over here on the left side. Straight drop back. They send everybody. Go up the left sideline. Open is Rakowski's got it for the first down inside the 15 down to the 14. What a pass by Fuller. Under duress that time. He knew he was going to take the hit, Joe, and he just stepped right into it.
It was a great throw, and Rakowski was open, and he knew he was going to take a shot, and did, and still hung on to that football.
All the way down to the 13-yard line, 1st and 10 Thunderwolves. Another fantastic pass from Fuller. 1st and 10 at the 13. Fuller takes the snap, looks left. Goes left, Retzlaff has got it. Touchdown, Thunderwolves.
Okay, so every fourth pass is a touchdown for Reggie Retzlaff.
What a grab there in traffic. The question is, did he secure it to the ground? Yes, he did. Had the 1 foot down, touchdown Pack.
He's the best box-out receiver on the planet. He just boxes you out. He just went to Josh Atkins, and the receivers coach said, see, throw it to me.
Josh, he was at the coach's show the other night. Everybody's always, the Thunderwolves coach, they're all happy, Joe.
Yeah, they
no sourpusses on that staff.
They're fun to be around. They're young. They're energetic.
Ball's down. Kick is up. And it's good. And they all have families around them. That's kind of cool. 11:07 to go here in the third quarter. Thunderwolves now lead at 45-13 on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You're listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the Pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
Well, Joe, my compliments to the chef. That's a pretty good cupcake.
Yeah, well, I'm
pretty good. Pretty good.
I'm guessing they're store-bought though. I'm guessing Ben didn't make.
Yeah, I don't think Ben whipped those up.
No.
I think Ben carries around those little plastic, trays to stick cupcakes in. Ben. I'll be on the road with Ben again next week, and Dr. Paul Plinsky is taking the road trip with us on the ground.
Up to the
You're flying. You're taking the easy way out, flying in and flying out.
I rode with Ben twice. I'm good.
I'll be in the back seat, and Dr. Paul can play co-pilot. I'm going to just kind of take it easy in the back seat.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
I'll be further away from contact. Here's the handoff around the left side. Gain of about 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
Yeah.
We kid because actually it's uneasy.
It's like being in a Navy submarine. You just don't know. It's an adventure.
Yeah. I mean, I tried to get a couple naps in last night. Every time I was jerked forward.
It's the rumble when we both offer to drive.
Yeah, the rumble strips will wake you up.
Yes.
2nd down and 5. And they're going to hand it around the right side this time. Good hard run, 1st down run.
Mesa going back to the run. They had some success early with the run. And I think now if they run the ball, it might lessen the agony.
Yeah, Keyshawn Ashford, the ball carrier. He's out of East Palo Alto, California. Joe, I once pitched at Stanford at the Sunken Diamond on the Stanford campus. It was a glorious 3 innings.
Yeah. I covered a
4th inning, not so much. 5th inning, I got tagged.
I covered a top 4 volleyball match at Maples Pavilion on the campus at Stanford. Spring-loaded floor.
1st and 10 Mavericks from the 36. Here comes pressure, gets the pass away. Caught, nice pass there in traffic. 1st down out to around midfield. On the grab, it's going to be Trevin Edwards. He's got 3 touchdown passes this year. Pretty good receiver.
I'm surprised that they hit the sack. It's just not there, Jim. They're just not getting there.
Edwards out of Fredericksburg, Virginia. 1st down and 10 at the 49-yard line for the Mavericks. They trail it 45-13. Hand the ball around the right side and breaking tackles, getting forward for about 6.
Number 29.
Almost seems as if the Thunderwolves have lost their edge a little bit on defense here. Not quite the same intensity, but 45-13 will do that to you.
Well, you get the ball to start the second half, and what do? You march down the field and you score.
And sometimes teams that fall way behind, they realize, you know what, maybe we should run the ball more. And that's the Mavericks doing this all on the ground here on this drive.
Like I said, they had success early doing that, and they went away from it.
They're going to hand it around the left side this time, and they get another 1st down. This time on the carry, it's Gianni Hurd. Hurd, a senior out of Compton.
This will only help Mesa in the future with this young offensive line learning to play like this. Again, though, we don't call anybody freshman now 9 games into the season. I mean, that's what they are class-wise, but they are no longer rookies, that's for sure.
Kind of earned your stripes. Ryan Hollingsworth plays tight end for the Mavericks, former Thunderwolf. He lines up on the right side of this set. He has a catch or 2 in this game so far. Ball's at the 38-yard line of the pack. They're going to hand it around the right side, and this time the Thunderwolves get their man.
Gary Seidenberger.
Yes, he just kind of got his man, Gianni Hurd, in his arms and took him right down. Injury for the Thunderwolves, though, down on the deck.
Caden Shelton down on the turf.
No gain on that play. It'll be 2nd down and 10 upcoming. Now the concern is for Shelton, the junior out of Bakersfield, California.
He's only 6'4", 290.
And I almost feel like it's that left knee, the way he's in a lot of pain. He's got his face down into the turf.
Well, you know, all CSU Pueblo players have now taken a knee.
Yeah, he's
I
not.
don't see that very often.
Yeah, he's not writhing in pain, but it's almost as if he knows something
like
bad has happened here to him.
Partners, Parkview Health Systems, Black Hills Energy, R&R Tires,
and they're just talking it over with him. You can see the training staff just telling, hey, just relax, get yourself gathered here. And it may be something worse than we don't. Maybe it's almost now there's kind of a little bit of panic. It seems like we got to get a stretcher or something out here right now.
They're looking for AMR. Well, there's Jenny Fitzpatrick. It looks like the good doctor from Parkview.
Yeah, now they're getting a few more people out there to look at it, and it can't be good when you have this level of concern right now with the when you start to see medical people starting to try to find other ways to get a guy off the field.
Jenny Fitzpatrick, I have a speed dial.
Right.
She's taking care of me, my wife, my son, my mother.
Yeah, I actually tried to get a diagnosis for him once, and she said, maybe you were just born that way.
We were on a plane.
Okay.
Weren't we? We were in.
That was the first time, and the other time we were on a sideline somewhere that maybe it was some function.
We were in Wichita Falls last year.
Yeah, remember that one.
We took the plane to
now they're getting some big bodies from the Thunderwolves out here to try to. They've got Shelton up. So they got to carry him, I think, Joe. They got to get everybody underneath him. They're going to act as the stretchers here. Or no, he's actually, it's his left leg, not putting any weight whatsoever on it. So
he's not putting weight on either leg. Yeah, they're carrying him off.
He does have a knee brace already on the left knee. And now they are getting a couple more players out there, trying to figure out exactly how to get him off. And sometimes a player doesn't want all that extra attention. He goes, you know what, just give me 2 guys, I'll be all right. You know, they want to kind of say, you know what, give me some dignity while I exit the field here. But no weight whatsoever being put on that left leg. And as we already mentioned, he does wear a big knee brace on that left knee.
Well, and his replacement on the field right now is Michael Lutu. And he's an undersized defensive lineman who has speed moves.
All right, we'll keep an eye on the injury. They're going to take him to the medical tent here. It's second down. And the ball at the middle, springing through there, but stumbling across the 35 down to about the 31-yard line. That almost sprung the distance here, but Hurd tripped up, and it'll be marked at the 31, 3 yards short of the first down. So it'll be 3rd down and 3 now for the Mavericks. They go hurry up right up on the line, and they hand it up the middle, and Hurd's got the first down. He's down to the 26-yard line. They caught the Thunderwolves defense a little off guard there.
Well, they're guessing the right gaps if you're CSU or if you're Mesa's backs. They're finding 4 or 5 yards a carry now.
So it's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Daniel Bone trying to get the fans to make some noise here. Hey, rally our defense here. We want to make a stop. High snap, handled somehow. Comes pressure off the edge, and Ramming gets home. Cody Ramming just beat that defense or the offensive tackle. Turned the corner and got to the quarterback, Herberg, for the sack back at the 32-yard line.
The speed rush from the right edge finally got him. Cody Ramming, who was helped off earlier.
Yeah, that was kind of scary earlier in the ball game, but he bounced right back. It was kind of a back injury.
Yeah, he might have like seized up or something, but that didn't look hurt there.
Loss of 5. It's 2nd down and 15 from the 31-yard line. Straight drop back. Here comes pressure again up the middle this time. They flush him out of the pocket. He runs forward. He's got the sack yardage back, but that's about it. He's taken down at the 26-yard line. So it'll set up 3rd down and 10 now for the Mavericks.
Seidenberger was, again, spying him and grabbed him and got a full handfuls of the jersey and didn't let him get any further, but that was after he got 10 yards.
Yeah, it looks like the adjustment the Thunderwolves have made, haven't they?
Yeah.
Heidenberg kind of,
he or knew she was going to stay with him. Yeah.
So 3rd and 10 now for the Mavericks from the 26-yard line. It's 45-13, Thunderwolves on top. 5:40 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Herberg takes the snap. Here comes pressure. Goes up the right side, and it's almost intercepted. Receiver never really adjusted for it as it sailed over the head of O'Connell. And Thunderwolves had a chance to pick that, but McClellan couldn't quite find it.
No, McKinney was stride for stride with the receiver, and McClellan, the safety, was just playing that deep zone coverage in the back and had a really good opportunity.
So now 4th and 10 for the Mavericks. Field goal doesn't do them any good, so they'll leave the offense out here and go for it on 4th and 10 from the 26.
Well, what is their favorite down and distance? 4th and long. They're good at it.
Trips to the right this time. Single wide out left. Rolling to his right is Herberg. Now comes back to the left side. Just throws it up for grabs. Incomplete, flag down. Going to be interference on the Thunderwolves.
Oh, that's like the worst. Donovan English didn't need to do that. Did not need to do that, Jim.
So that'll be a 15-yard
4th and 10.
Mark-off.
Number 27, defense, 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Although the referee, it's not going to be 15 yards. It's only going to be 13. He's throwing the flag. It happened early on in the route at the 14. So they'll spot it at the 14. So in essence, a 12-yard penalty. 1st and 10, though, for the Mavericks. The key is they get an automatic first down. And they're going to run the ball around the right side and breaking one tackle and fighting his way inside the 10 down to about the 9-yard line. That's Keyshawn Arnold. Or Ashford, rather. Keyshawn Ashford, beg your pardon.
Number 29, Keyshawn Ashford, the ball kicker.
So a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5 from the 9. We're down to 5 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Thunderwolves lead it 45-13.
You know, Donnie Dixon, who has a pick earlier in the game, is now without shoulder pads. He's done for the day.
Like he had a foot or an ankle issue. Thunderwolves show blitz. And they come up the middle. A good play there on defense. Lucas Moran, the sophomore out of Pueblo West, making the stop.
Big kid. Like, Pueblo West, where are those guys? Come on.
Gain of a yard, so it's going to be 3rd down and 4 now for the Mavericks. Yeah, I like Moran. He's a good-looking player, sophomore out of Pueblo West. Mavericks take their time. They come up on the line of scrimmage. Double tight end set here. Thunder will show blitz. They're going to roll the pocket left. Going to be a quarterback keeper, and the Thunder Wolves have it snuffed out. Gain of maybe a yard on the play, but the pursuit was there. It's just a simple keeper by Herberg. Now we've got a stoppage in play, another injury on the play. This time looks like a Maverick is down.
It might be Herberg. He got taken to the ground pretty hard. Compliments of Corey McClellan.
Yeah, he got stood up, and then he got pretty much piled on, didn't he? 3 or 4 guys took him down.
So you look at the clavicle. That's how many shoulders get broken. I can't see if that's him. I don't think it is.
And we've got an official stoppage now, so. So with it being a media timeout, we'll go ahead and take a timeout here. We'll come back. We'll get the results of the injury right after this. Thunderwolves lead at 45-13 on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You are listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to the Thunder Bowl. And seeing who they're going to trot out here.
Well, they're bringing out Kai Keon. So it must have been.
Keon. So it was Herberg, the quarterback, injured on the play. So it's 4th down and 4. So Kai Keon is the quarterback now for the Mavericks. Or Keone. Bring your man in motion across the formation. They look right, fire right to the end zone. Caught, touchdown. Well, that's a good way to make your presence felt. On the grab, David O'Connell.
He wants to be the most efficient player in the RMAC. One pass, one touchdown.
Second touchdown grab of the year for O'Connell. That's the first touchdown pass of the year for Keone.
You know, Jim, it looked like CSU Pueblo sold out for the run and just played that little soft middle coverage in the backfield and was wide open. Extra point.
Ball's down. Kick is up. Oh, he almost got home to block it, but somehow got through there. And it's up and good. So we'll keep it here. 3:46 to go in the 3rd quarter. And it is Keone, not Keone. I thought I had to go to my pronunciation chart and remember when I was hesitant there when I said it, but yeah.
David Young.
Keone. Good. Is your new quarterback for the Mavericks.
One of the best sports information directors in the business. Yonke, our good friend David Yonke.
Formerly known as Janky, but it's Yonke.
When his stats are off, they're janky.
That's right, when you're trying to
Yonke or janky. But,
he is a good dude.
Good dude. He brings he's a baseball coach,
yeah.
Summer team in Grand Junction, and he brings his squad to the Nooch every year.
I liked his creative writing this week talking about the phantom touchdown.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they know it. They know what happened.
I still have it on my phone.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, well, what are you going to do? We're just the benefit of what was presented to us, so
yes.
We'll take it.
There you go.
Here's the long pooch kick. Fair catch taken by Purcell at the 27-yard line.
You know, we call Noah Purcell's name at least once or twice a game. Usually not returning kicks.
So we got 3:46 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Thunderwolves lead it 45-20.
We encourage all to attend tomorrow's
And Phil Vigil is out on the field. He is irate with the officials over something. He is demonstrative about whatever he's trying to get his point across here. He thinks there's little shenanigans going on out here is what he feels like. Some dirty play, perhaps. Trying to get the officials tuned in on it, perhaps.
Again, this game's very personal for Phil V. Hill.
Well, he's remembering early on in the ball game when his quarterback got lit up. Russell in motion to the right side. Fake left come back to Gravano on the left side, and he's got the first down out across the 35 to the 37-yard line. Gravano, a nice day here for the Thunderbolts. Does have the touchdown grab earlier in the game.
You know, that was just a stop route at the chains, and he did a good job to get the 10 and turn. And he got the 10 quick.
Now Gravano seeing a lot more action because of the injury. The Thunderbolts former freshman of the year. Here's the pass left side, caught. And again, Gravano puts his head down. Out across the 40 to the 41-yard line. Dorian McGarity is who I'm referring to, went out with the injury after having that great game as a kick returner. That same game he got hurt, and he's done.
And we thought we might see Nigel Mitchell today. I don't think we will.
Again, Russell in motion to the right. Straight drop back by Fuller. Fires it right. Caught. Retzlaff, he's got it for a first down across midfield. And he doesn't go down easy. There's 4 guys on him, and they finally get him to the turf.
Another stop route, just hard in 15 yards down the field.
Ball to the 47-yard line of the Mavericks. 1st and 10 Thunderwolves. 2:25 to go third quarter. 45-20. Pack on top. Russell remains in the game at tailback. Gravano and Cook wide to the left. Rakowski and Retzlaff are to the right. No tight end in the set. They adjust Russell to the right hip now of Fuller. And give it to Russell up the middle. Makes the first man miss. Drags tacklers forward inside the 40 down to the 39-yard line. Good, powerful run of 8 yards.
He's just that strong. He's thick, and if you saw him, you'd go, man, that guy looks like he plays football. He does. But he's thick, and he's strong.
Second down and 2. Good thing about it, Russell, he's only a junior.
Transfer from Eastern New Mexico.
That's a false start. He got away with it, though, because he reset. Now the flag comes down. Yeah, exactly. I don't know why the center judge and the referee didn't throw the false start penalty there. Russell definitely simulated the snap of the ball.
Oh.
Well, they call it on the center, but
maybe Howard went with the center.
Yeah, it could be. But to me, it was an obvious false start on Russell. And then he sold it like, well, I meant to do that. So 2nd down and 8 now after the penalty mark off. Mines a jump, but they weren't offside. They're going for it off the right sideline. Retzlaff trying to make the adjustment.
How is that not pass interference?
Wow. And you can hear the fans, come on, ref!
Yeah, that one, he got mugged on the way up and down.
And what always comes after, come on, ref? What are you looking at? Yeah, that's... If I was a fan, I'd be saying the same thing. But that's if I was a fan. But up here, I'm saying, well, they're just letting it go. Rubbin's racing.
I said it. How's that not pass interference?
Crazy. I don't know. I don't. Sometimes I just don't get it, Joe. Third down.
This will be a touchdown pass right here. You watch. Middle third of this field.
They send the house, step up, and that was hit early, it looked like, but Rakowski unable to haul it in. Looked like he got bumped a little bit early on that.
Hey, they have a punter.
So the Thunderbolts have to punt the ball away. And that's one Sully Moon.
We have not seen the punter today for Csu Pueblo, have we?
Nope, this is his first attempt. Sullivan, pride of Cheyenne Mountain High School in the Springs.
Had his dad up at Shadron. Avid listener.
Big dude, 6'4".
Yeah,
That impressed those Highlands sports information people. Man, your kickers are huge.
You're going to get a delay of game here, Jim.
Well, they're going to run the fake, and they go up the middle, and Mesa was ready for it. That's a little arrogant there to run a fake punt. We saw it burn CU a couple weeks ago when they went for it up in the second half of a game, up 29, and they didn't run the fake punt. They just went for it. Punt the ball away. You're up by 25. Put
But
him deep.
I think you want to see that. How you practice it all the time. You might as well try it against real competition, though, to see if it's going to, obviously, scrap that one. They also did a side hike today.
Yeah.
You didn't like that call.
No, I did not like it because now what's the only thing that could burn you? Well, you give Mesa a
Give
short
momentum.
field. Now they hit one over the top. Well, you got a ball game all of a sudden. And they hand it up the middle. And they'll gain about 5 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 5. As again, it's this physical runner, looking on my wrong chart there, Keyshawn Ashford. The backup quarterback remains in the ball game. And that's Keone, the quarterback. 2nd down and 5 from the 49. Sending man in motion to the left. That's the running back. Thunderbolts rush everybody. Pass over the middle, almost intercepted.
Oh, Donovan English had it. He was the closest one to it, the CSU Pueblo defender.
Yeah, looks like the Thunderbolts said, you know what, they got the backup quarterback in there. Let's put some pressure on him.
Don't you? Well, you know me, Jim. Longtime listeners know that I would blitz every down, every player. My corners would be on an island 24/7. They'd be Gilligan.
3rd and 5. And they're going to try to run a quick hitter up the middle with the running back, and it gets forward for a couple. It's going to set up 4th down and 2 now. They handed that ball off to Hurd, Gianni Hurd. Gets it down to the 48-yard line. Mesa doesn't have to run another play, but they're going to go hurry up here. 4th down and 2 from the 48.
So CSU Pueblo doesn't have a chance to sub.
They're going to run a keeper around the right side. 1st down. Good run there by Keone. He stumbled a bit there, but able to get forward enough for the 1st down, and that will end the 3rd quarter of play. Thunderbolts lead it 45-20. Back with the 4th quarter on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You're listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to the Thunderbolt. Back on top, 45-20. We'll be in Rapid City next week. That'll be a noon kickoff, right? Noon in Rapid City. And 11:30 pregame. Also have the Phil Vigil show for you on Thursday night.
Weather's supposed to be spectacular next week in Rapid City.
And we're glad because this week it would have been an absolute nightmare to be anywhere in the Dakotas or in Chadron. It is a snowy winter wonderland up there.
And we laugh, though, because the schedule makers must have known that because Chadron, Black Hill State, and South Dakota Mines are all on the road today.
Now they're going to have to travel home with some of that. I imagine some of them might consider staying where they are, stay put, and then travel tomorrow. But the weather not supposed to be any better tomorrow because the second front comes in tomorrow, I think. So it's just the hazards of being in the RMAC. Here's a run around the left side, forward for maybe a yard on the play. Again, K.I. Keone is the new quarterback here for the Mavericks.
Still moving the ball on the ground, though. You got to like Mesa running the football a little bit. They've had success all day moving the ball on the ground. They just trailed.
K.I. Keone is the quarterback. Here is the stepping up in the pocket. He's smashed and sacked. And on the play, Jaden Franklin gets the sack for the Thunderwolves.
Wrapped him up.
So back to the 50-yard line. Going to set up 3rd down now and 15 for the Mavericks. Thank you.
Third down stats. 400 yards of offense for CSU Pueblo through 3 quarters.
That's a good day. Plus you got that kickoff return. 95 yards,
Yep.
something like that. Here comes pressure. Ramming's got him. Ramming speed takes him down.
Another 10-yard loss, 10-yard sack. Cody Ramming. Now, if you can name Ramming Speed, the movie, you endear yourself to Jim and I. That's the one, the only Animal House.
Exactly. I watched a. Funny you mentioned. I watched a documentary on that this week. You know, YouTube, and sometimes you just let YouTube go random and see what comes up. And as I was watching the making of Animal House, crazy. Filmed that at the University of Oregon, I heard.
I saw that they wouldn't let the frat guys stay with and hang out with
the actors.
Yeah.
No, they moved him out of there. Fair catch taken by Cook at the 16-yard line. The Thunderwolves will take over there. But yeah, crazy indeed, the making of Animal House.
You know, this just tells me a little bit about Hellberg, how good he is at recognizing pressures. Because CSU Pueblo had a hard time getting to him, whereas the backup he's struggling.
He kind of turtled the last couple sacks, didn't he? Looking for a spot to get underneath the turf. One man that doesn't turtle is Chance Fuller. He'll stand right in there. Here's the handoff up the middle. Good hard run. Look at this run.
Spinorama.
Keon Martinez out across the 25 to about the 27-yard line. Joe mentioned it. He only runs with one speed. Now he's woofing it up with some of the Mavericks.
Now I'm pointing to the scoreboard, too.
So 1st and 10, Thunderwolves out to the 27-yard line.
So the fake punt didn't kill you. You know, it didn't change the momentum. Could have.
And movement on the line, false start by the Thunderwolves.
Senna Chappelle, or Chapel, excuse me.
That's one area of the Thunderwolves, a few penalties today. Pre-snap penalties, you know, those are just killers. And now another flag comes down. Now we got some woofing. I think this might be on Keon. He finally probably went a little too far on his woofing.
Well, he's coming out of the game now.
He's trying to argue his case with the center judge. The center judge says, you just got to shut up.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct number 5. Offense was sitting in the defensive player's face.
Oh!
Oh, he got ejected. Keon Martinez ejected for spitting in the face of another player. And, you know, Phil Veal wants to go out and try to argue his case, but he just turned around and just shook his head and said, man, how can I argue that one?
Now, you don't have to leave the field, Keon. I mean, you don't have to leave the bench, but.
Keon with the full mask on. He's worried about the cold weather, isn't he?
I don't blame him. It's a little chilly down there. Hangs his helmet on the
exercise
stationary bike.
Oh,
that's a nice bike. That's a Kaiser bike. Those are about $3,000 a piece.
He's still woofing down there on the sideline for anybody to listen to him. I'm sure somebody's probably going to come over and tell him to shut up here in a minute. So it's 1st and forever now for the Thunderwolves after the false start and the penalty.
He does not have to leave the field, but he's going to.
Looks like the
maybe the center judge said, look, he's not shutting up. Get him out of here.
Yeah. So he's taking a run to the locker room. Low snap but handled. Screen pass to Russell. Cuts inside out across the 15 to about the 16-yard line.
It's the chippiness is now in the excessive level.
These teams play a little bit earlier in the season. I think it's the first conference game of the year next year is against Mesa.
And they're back here. They flipped that schedule.
Yes, that's right.
And they have to come back here next year. That's weird because we have to go to Shadron and Rapid again.
Play action. Fuller in the pocket. Looks up the left side. Man's wide open. Rakowski's got it! Across the midfield. Makes a cut. 45, and he's finally hauled down by the pursuit at the 44-yard line. But Rakowski got behind the defense again, and again, Fuller puts it right on the money.
Thing of beauty. Chance Fuller just having a field day today. Think he's got his coaches back?
Man, oh man. Just would like to have one half of football back this year. That first half against Western Colorado when he was just a little dinged on his hand. Here's the handoff to Russell. He's going to bounce it outside, trying to turn the corner. Puts his head. A nice cut inside. He's got about 8 on the play. And then he's taken down afterwards. And now he woofs at the defender. Probably lucky he didn't get a personal foul call there for that. But the basic guy just as easily could have got a foul for putting a little extra hit on him there. They kind of rolled around in the mud is what it looked like. It looked like a bar fight there for a minute.
Reggie Rasloff trying to tell the offense, look who's guarding me.
And you see the cornerback kind of said, what are you talking that way about me for, man? I'm not that bad. 2nd down and 3.
I didn't say bad, just little.
They show blitz off the edge. Thunderbolts pick it up. They're going for it all up the sideline. Back shoulder
That's
throw to
gotta
Cook.
be
Interference
pass
called on
And
the
it
Mavericks.
is.
Threw it to the back shoulder, and as Cook tried to come back for the ball, the cornerback just rode him out of bounds.
Defense number 23. 15-yard penalty automatic. First down.
And that's a good call by the center judge because the side judge was shielded by
Right.
the players, and he wouldn't have been able to see that.
And then he goes over and explains to the cornerback exactly what he did. And the guilty party for the Mavericks, Cash Bradley, sophomore out of Bushland, Texas. 1st and 10, Thunderwolves at the 22-yard line. They lead it 45-20. We're down to 10:26 to go here in the 4th quarter. Buller takes the snap. Gives it. Oh, stop and go move there by Russell.
And still
Look at him
going.
powering his way. Now they lift him up and carry him. He's still on his feet. Hauls his way inside the 10 down to the 6-yard line. What a powerful run by Russell. And now flags come down as the officials are trying to restore a little order out here. This game is deteriorating out there emotionally.
First down, Thunderbolts.
This one's going to go against the Mavericks.
Over. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 7. Defense. Half
They couldn't bring him down, Jim.
That was astonishing. Can't wait to watch that one again. All the way down to the 3-yard line goes Howard Russell.
Back in the end red zone.
He is the perfect complement of speed, grace, and sheer power. First and goal from the 3. Again, they give it to Russell. Puts his head down. Knifes to the goal line. He's in. Touchdown. Thunderwolves.
Well, he's caught one for a touchdown. He's run one for a touchdown. He's the touchdown maker.
That was a signature drive for Howard Russell. Signature drive for the Pack and generally. Hit you with the big one over the top. The lineman powerful up front. Have to remember, this offensive line for the Thunderwolves, it's a young group.
Yep. And Tyler Etheridge it did not play in the second half. He came out, was a little dinged up, and they said, you know what, we got you, big fella. True freshman.
Good snap, falls down, kick is up, and it is good. 9:54 to go here in the 4th quarter. Thunderwolves lead it 52-20 on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You are listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the Pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
52-20, Thunderwolves on top. Joe, enjoy this beautiful sunshiny weather while it's here. We've just got our weather update from the Springs from Aaron Kinnischtzke, who's up there at the studios, the palatial studios of iHeart, saying it's a blizzard up there.
Well, they get a lot more snow in Springs than we do, but I am looking at our snow, and I don't see any.
Yeah, we're just there at the banana belt. Let's update the radar, shall we?
Just fine. I don't
Oh
know.
yeah, we're in the window, but yeah, the Springs has been enveloped by the blue gloaming. And Pueblo's just sitting down here like we always do, just sitting down here,
We're in the donut.
checking the bananas.
We're in the donut. Still
We're
40
like the Kinnischtzke apartments of Colorado. Remember Ralph Turner lived at the Kinnischtzke. That was his last place he lived before he moved on out. Ralph, if you're listening today, hi, how are you doing? Hope things are going well.
He's not listening today.
He listens once in a while. He tells me.
Jim, my mom tells me she listens. She don't listen.
When they're listening, Joe, is when you say something stupid.
Right.
That's
Well,
when I always hear from somebody. Did you really say that? Yeah, I did.
I don't remember. I say a lot of things.
Here's the kick. And fair catch taken this time from the 5-yard line, so that'll move it out to the 25-yard line. Yeah, that is an ominous radar everywhere except Pueblo. Looks like Canyon City's even getting it right now.
Well, we just got about an hour left here, and so then we'll be good.
Yeah, rain showers moving into Walsenburg. Pueblo, we're beautiful here. And Musa Alsafar running up and down the sideline. He's already got a touchdown in this game. They're the young guys. They're trying to get the fans that are here motivated.
The defense hasn't scored today. The offense has scored.
What's up with
Special
that?
teams. The defense has not scored.
You know who I'd like to see score right now? I see him out there.
Monty.
Monty is right here on the right defensive end. Poised. Pass up the left side, and it's caught. Nice grab there. High pointing that ball, Keenan Brown. Looked like he jumped a little bit too soon, but he kind of hung in the air and hauls it down at the 39-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Mavericks.
Isaiah Herford was a little bit, he fell when he made the turn with the receiver, and then he tripped and fell. So it was wide open.
9:35 to go here in the fourth quarter. Thunderwolves lead at 52-20.
Daniel Bone just took off his gloves. He's sleeveless and gloveless now.
And they're going to be a quarterback keeper this time. Nice run there. Nice cut inside. First down into Thunderwolves territory. Good run there by Keone.
Well, Trevin Edwards, the sophomore receiver, who's a pretty good receiver for Mesa, took on Daniel Bone that time, and his only job was to get in the way, and he did.
Oh, Keone, he's a sophomore. He's out of Pacific Palisades, California. Taking advantage here of the injury to Herford.
Been sacked a couple times already, though.
Hands it up the middle. Oh, Bone just blasted the running back in the hole that time. Just when he thought he had somewhere to go, Bone decleated him.
Caught up and with a little breakdance move there.
I saw that.
That was Marvin Jones, a redshirt freshman out of Aurora, Smoky Hill.
Second down and 8. Joe, I had an old girlfriend that went to Smoky Hill. Believe that? Here's a pass out in the flat.
Didn't our good friend Tony Wright go to Smoky Hill?
I thought he went to, no, Tony went to
TJ.
TJ, that's right. He's Thomas Jefferson.
He's TJ, actually, that's right.
Now there's a guy that's listening. I guarantee, Tony, go ahead, just confirm it. Send us a text. Say you're listening to the ball game. Third down and about a yard here for the Mavericks.
Motion.
And Keone keeps it. Nice cut inside. He's a good shifty little runner. Kind of like their offense with this guy at the helm, running the ball at least. He hasn't shown me anything really in the pocket, but he can run it. It's down to the 29-yard line. It's 1st and 10 for the Mavericks. There, they trail it 52-20. We're down to 7:35 to go here in the fourth quarter. This victory raises the Thunderwolves' record up to 6-3 on the year. Straight drop back. Here comes pressure, and he's sacked.
Micah Lutu.
Lutu, the redshirt freshman out of Tempe, Arizona.
Daniel Bone hurt.
Second sack of the season for Lutu.
He's all right. Look at him. He's like, why'd you call timeout for me? It's catching my breath. It's the only way you're going to get him off the field is when you make him get off the field.
And he steps up, and now he exchanges pleasantries with one of the Mavericks. Keenan Brown came over, and junior out of Denver, Colorado. They've probably crossed paths before.
Well, as you know, as we talked about on the coaches show, wasn't Herdberg Daniel Bone's quarterback at Pine Creek?
I think so. You're right. Indeed he was. Straight drop back, stepping up. Here comes pressure. They got him again. This time for the Thunderwolves, it's Lorenzo Diggs.
Okay, now that's a true freshman getting one of those 3-game playing times. And that was a speed, rush, power, move, all of it at one time.
Now, I've gotten some clarification on this 3-game. If you go to the third game, that's when you burn it. You're allowed 2 free ones is what.
Oh, I thought you got 3.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And Ben Greenberg clarified that for me. He said, no, the third game burns it, so you can only have 2 free games. Straight drop back, stepping up, powering down the middle, and almost intercepted by Tiger Pride. He had his fingertips on it, couldn't snare it.
John Nucci, that's why you played linebacker. You know, when he went to Northern Colorado out of La Junta, he was a defensive back. He was a safety.
Yeah.
And he looked good in coverage right there. He kind of drifted back toward the pass, but you got to remember, you know.
Didn't quite have the lift.
He's from like the Valley. He's 5'11", and that's what they say he is.
That's right.
He's not 5'11". His dad was at the coaches show with
That's right. It was
the
fun.
Rustlers. You know, they brought us swag. Rustler implement.
That is a good-looking cap the Rustlers gave us.
It is.
4th down and 20 here for the Mavericks. They changed the play call. I like the sheer excitement being shown out there by Lorenzo Diggs here on this right defensive end. Now there's the flag for delay of game.
Look at how white his pants are.
Yeah, but you can just see he's on edge. He's
Yes.
got the kind of twitchy. He goes, man, I'm in the ball game. I want to do something here.
His pants are bright white.
I think it's an awesome rule, allowing these guys to, get a couple games. The redshirt year, most of the time you're just out there just practice fodder, trying to learn the ropes. But here it gives you some actual game experience.
You get that taste of what it's like. And some of them do it on the road, so they get that travel. But, in the RMAC, you can't really do it with travel because you might need those guys to actually play.
With the penalty, Mesa decides to punt the ball away. And Cook just calls fair catch with the ball angled out of bounds. And it'll go out of bounds. I think it's Paul Plinsky right there. Almost took Paul's head off down there with one of his daughters down on the sideline.
The good doctor.
Paul was at the basketball scrimmage earlier. The women had a scrimmage against Otero Junior College at 10 o'clock this morning. So I went over there and watched the first quarter of that.
How'd the Rattlers look?
It was 19-4 at the end of one.
So the Thunderbolts look better.
Thunderbolts they've got some impressive newcomers. This isn't put it that way. And plus you get Alicia back.
Yep.
And Alicia had her, I saw Malcolm was there, her husband with the baby. So it's kind of cool to see. Straight drop back. Over the middle. Rakowski's got it in the clear. Breaks a tackle across the 45. Here comes the posse. I had a little flyby there that time. Kind of slowed him up, Joe. For a minute there, I thought he was going to break free. Looked like they almost got his face mask, but it might have been just his shoulder pad.
That's what I thought, too.
For a moment, I thought he was going to get lit up. But he caught it and just made a little adjustment, and the safety just ran right by him. Reached out and grabbed him, and like Joe, I thought he grabbed his face mask. But it's 1st and 10 anyway for the Thunderbolts at the 48-yard line. But another strike by Fuller. Play action again. Screen pass to Dvorak. I like this action across midfield. Puts his head down. He's got another first down.
Well, if you notice, they're still throwing the ball with 5 minutes to go and up 32.
Yeah, there's no love lost here.
If you need to know any more than that about this game, that's all you need to know.
It's kind of the old rubbing the salt into a gaping wound right now. They show blitz off the edge, long count. Thunderbolts able to hold off.
Reggie Retzloff in single coverage again.
That was Carter that was showing blitz off the edge of the former Thunderbolt. Now he creeps up on the line of scrimmage. Here he comes. They hand the ball off to Russell. He's going to try to turn the corner around the right. Looks for a block. Cuts inside. Spins. Inside the 25. Spins again. Spins again. Inside the 20. Down to the 19-yard line. He refuses to go down. Now they finally take him down with about 5 players. How many times can you spin on the same play, Joe?
Well, that time at least 3.
Talk about the spin cycle.
Holy cow, Howard Russell. And he's in the game solely now because Keon Martinez was ejected for spitting on a player.
And now Soto gets into the game for the Thunderbolts.
Well, Howard Russell's got to be tired, doesn't he?
I would think so.
I'm tired watching it.
Adrian Soto, the Pueblo County Hornet, and he'll take the handoff, puts his head down, knifes his way down to about the 15-yard line.
You don't lose much with Adrian Soto.
Yeah, this guy has been through the college football wars, played down at Fort Hays, had a great career at Fort Hays State, holds a lot of their records.
He had 1 year of eligibility left, wanted to play here for his family.
On behalf of our
Pueblo County product.
We got an injury on the play. Looks like Hutchins is injured for the Mavericks. Darian Hutchins, he's a defensive lineman here. He plays defensive tackle. He is now up on his knees, but he's hurt. I think we're going to have a chance to take a timeout here with, let's see, no, looks that. Yeah, as soon as I say that, they've got it.
Well, the guy's out there.
Well, it is immediate timeout. We'll take him with him. 4 minutes to go. Thunderbolts lead at 52-20 on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You are listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to the Thunderbolt. 4 minutes left here in the ball game. Thunderwolves post-game show comes up afterwards. We have the Rustler Implement interview with Phil Vigil right after the ball game. Joe will have that down on the field, plus a player guest or two.
They sponsor that too, do they?
The interview.
Nice.
Yeah.
We gotta love the Rustlers.
Yeah.
They're fun.
Yeah, they had a good time there.
Yeah, they're fun.
So now it's 2nd down and 6 for the Thunderwolves at the 15-yard line. Soto is the back. New quarterback for the Thunderwolves. What's old is new again, and that's Stephen Kroll. The quarterback throws it out to Dvorak, and he's hit down immediately. Loses a yard, so back to the 16, so it'll be 3rd down and 7.
The offensive brain trust next to us did not like that call, and they're the ones that made the call.
A lot of passion over in that booth today. 3rd down and 7. Kroll steps up, tries to get away, sprints out to the left. He's got a lot of room. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 10 to the 5 and out of bounds. Boy, it opened up beautifully for him on that left side there as he was able to knife through the contain. That's one thing that Kroll does better than Fuller is run the football, and he showed it right there. He's got extra gear as a quarterback.
And that's self-proclaimed because Chance Fuller told us to our face, I don't run.
That's right.
I only run if I have to, and even then, I'm not very good at it.
So 1st and goal, Thunderwolves at the 5-yard line.
Let's get Adrian Soto a touchdown.
He goes out in the flat. They got a pitch on a little crossbuck play in the middle. Touchdown! That's Gravano again, I believe.
Or was it Verla Smith, the tight end? I can't tell from
No, it's Gravano.
There you go.
Little shovel pass underneath that time. They showed all the action going right, and then Gravano comes across the formation. Shovel pass from Cole right
Underhand.
into his gut. Yeah.
Underhand.
Nifty play there. I like that action. And if they drop it, it's just an incomplete pass. That's what's kind of cool about it.
I thought I might go for 2 to put 60 on him.
The old 60 burger.
Yeah.
You like that?
Well, I just
I like
no one
59
wants at
myself.
stake.
Yeah,
you know.
exactly.
Point after attempt, number 38, Jacob Willig.
So Willig has started a new streak. After seeing the point after the first touchdown today not get pulled off, his kick is up, and it is good.
That kick up and good. The 2:45 remaining.
We'll keep it here. 2:45 to go in the fourth quarter. Joe Cervi will abandon ship and head on down to the field. He'll have the interview with Phil Vigil, brought to you by Rustler Implement. We'll also have highlights at Aaron Kinnischtzke. He's had a bunch of them to compile today. I await the text from Aaron. We'll see what all he has in store for us. He's had every scoring play and every turnover in the first half, so the second half we'll see probably more of the same. So I'm looking for my old sheet. I hope they get the box score down to me in a hurry. At least I got it through 45 to 20 through 3 quarters, so I'll be able to work with that. We'll also have scores from around the country, plus all the stats from today's game. That's all part of the Thunderwolves post-game show immediately following today's broadcast. And for those of you who have made your way out in the parking lot or starting to drive home, welcome to the broadcast. Great win today for the Thunderwolves, knocking off their rival Colorado Mesa. They lead at 59-20 right now. Hard to believe late in the first half, Mesa was on the doorstep of making this a one-touchdown game. If they get that touchdown to make it 24-17, who knows what happens. Instead, they settle for the field goal. Thunderwolves run back the kick, then get another late touchdown, and all of a sudden the game was out of reach. Chance for the return here for the Mavericks? No, they call fair catch. Fair catch at the 2. So it'll come out to the 25-yard line with 2:45 to go here in the fourth quarter. Again, the Thunderwolves on the road next week. Final regular season road game of the year. They'll be in Rapid City, South Dakota to take on South Dakota Mines. Always a raucous atmosphere up there with it's kind of like the drive-in theater. You can drive your car right up and tailgate and then watch the game right from right underneath our booth. Honk your horns. It's kind of fun. It's different, that's for sure. We'll make our way up there Friday. The game is Saturday at noon. Here's a handoff up the middle. Good hard run. First down run there. Out across the 35 to the 39-yard line. Good hard run there for the Mavericks, and that's Gianni Hurd. He's a senior out of Compton, California. There's the aforementioned text with the picture of the play sheet from Aaron Kinnischtzke, our producer and engineer today at Thunderwolves football. Aaron pointed out, rightfully so, ever since he's come back on board as our producer and engineer this year, the Thunderwolves are undefeated. Benny Bash was 1-3, so we said, Benny, hit the road, dude. Go back to doing that country stuff you do. And let's bring Aaron in. Let's bring some rock and roll into the booth. And into the engineer's chair. And Thunderwolves are rolling with Aaron at the helm. Plus, Aaron had to get in there and, kind of shock the troops. Say, hey, get this board fixed. And he did a lot of it on his own. Said, man, this has got to be this way. This has got to be this way. What is what with this wire? Gain of 2. It'll be 3rd down and 5 here as the Mavericks not doing anything fancy here, just trying to get this game over with. They're running the ball, running it hard. It'll be 3rd and 5 now from the 45-yard line. We're down to 1:25 to go.
3rd down. The Csu Pueblo bookstore. 3rd down.
Take the snap. Pass right side, and it's intercepted. Thunderwolves have the pick. Kenny Lofton. He turned and hit him right in the numbers there. Good coverage there by Lofton. Great program guy for the Thunderwolves. He's a junior out of Phoenix, Arizona. And when he gets the opportunity, he always makes the most of it. He does it right there, getting the interception. Good on him. So Thunderwolves take over. That means they'll go into victory formation here with 1:08 to go. Just have to take the snap twice and put an end to this one. They lead it 59-20. And they let Chance Fuller go out there and take the victory formation snaps for the Thunderwolves. I kind of like that. And he steps right in, takes the little 2-yard loss and takes the knee. He'll just have to do that one more time. Down to 1 minute to go. Make no mistake about it. This is a very, very satisfying win for not only Phil Vigil, but the entire coaching staff, all these players, to beat Mesa the way they've done it here today. There it is. Fuller takes the knee one more time. That will do it. We'll just go ahead and get a head start and get into our post-game break. Thunderwolves win it 59-20. Stay tuned for the post-game show. It comes your way next on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You're listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to the Thunderbolt. Thunderwolves win the ball game 59-20. Let's get right to the highlights compiled by Aaron Kinnischtzke. And the Thunderwolves win the ball game 59-20. It was a battle of field goals early as the Thunderwolves actually on their first drive of the game, they were stopped, had to turn the ball over on downs. Mesa unable to do with it. Thunderwolves got it back. They got a 35-yard field goal from Willig to make it 3-0. Mesa came back and answered with a 47-yard field goal from Henry to make it 3-3. But then the Thunderwolves struck the pocket. He's going for it all. Cook is wide open. Touchdown, Thunderwolves. Flag is down, but I think it's going to be a defensive hold here on Mesa because Cook burned the defender. That was a desperation grab by the cornerback trying to take Cook down. He couldn't get it done, and Cook got away from him to score the touchdown.
Yeah, no pass interference. There is pass interference, but it's on the team in white. The touchdown will stand.
Extra point was no good. It was a bad snap on the play, and the Thunderwolves missed the kick. It was 9-3. That's the way we finished off the first quarter. Thunderwolves then got the ball back in the second quarter and went to work on the ground. Breaks a tackle. He's across the 25, cuts inside 20, 15, to the 10, 5. Touchdown, Thunderwolves. What a run after the catch by Russell.
You want to talk about dancing with the stars? Howard Russell raised the mirror ball.
Well, it was run after the catch. It's actually a pass play as you there. It was from Fuller. It was a screen pass. Extra point. The Thunderwolves went for 2, and Cody Ramming ran it on in for the 2-point conversion. That made it 17-3 at that point for the Thunderwolves. But the Mavericks, they wouldn't lay down in this ball. They came back and got a score of their own. Stepping up in the pocket, trying to get away is Herbert. Puts his head down. He's got the first down and more inside the 15, inside the 10. Hurdles his way into the end zone. Touchdown. What a run by Gavin Herbert.
4th down and 8. And you give up a touchdown.
Cattleman would add the extra point, making it 17-10 at that point. Thunderwolves on top. But the Pack would come back on their next drive. It was a long drive. This time they would go 11 plays and 75 yards, and they hit one over the top. Drop back by Fuller. Now he spins out of it, trying to buy some more time. Looks, he fires it down the left sideline. Man's wide open, and it's a touchdown! Gravano.
There's a flag, but I think that's post touchdown flag is what I think.
Nate Gravano on the 38-yard grab. The extra point was good. That made the score 24-10. Thunderwolves on top. Mason then would get the ball back, and they drive it down into the red zone. But on 4th down and 4, they decided, you know what, we better just take the points instead of going for it. So they kicked a field goal to make it 24-13. But the Thunderwolves had a big answer on special teams. 15, 20, good speed. Cuts to the outside, 25, 30. Look out, 35, 40. 45, down the sideline, breaks a tackle. He's in the clear. It's a touchdown for the Thunderwolves. Musa Al-Safar picking him up and laying him down, Joe.
What a great wall and a burst of speed by Musa Al-Safar. We've seen it before.
And the extra point was good to make it 31-13 at that point. Thunderwolves, though, were not done. They would get a turnover and they'd go to the air again. And they're going to throw a wide shot out here to Rakowski. Breaks a tackle inside the 10, inside the 5, puts his head down to the pylon. He's in, isn't he? Touchdown! Rakowski bowling his way in.
All he did was follow the block of Reggie Ross.
He got on the hip of Retzlaff and took it right on into the end zone. The extra point was good. That made it 38-13. So we talked about it. At halftime, it could have very easily been 24-17. Thunderwolves defense got the stop. Mesa had the field goal. Then the Thunderwolves get 2 late touchdowns, and they just turned the game on its head. And then they would continue to go as they scored right away in the second half. Goes left, Retzlaff. He has got it. Touchdown, Thunderwolves.
Okay, so every 4th pass is a touchdown for Reggie Retzlaff.
What a grab there in traffic. The question is, did he secure it to the ground? Yes, he did. Had the 1 foot down. Touchdown, Pack.
He's the best box-out receiver on the planet. He just boxes you out.
Extra point was good. Made it 45-13 at that point. Mesa, though, would come back, and they get a touchdown. They look right, fire right to the end zone. Caught, touchdown. Well, that's a good way to make your presence felt. On the grab, David O'Connell.
He wants to be the most efficient player in the Almanac. 1 pass, 1 touchdown.
Second touchdown grab of the year for O'Connell. Keone was the backup quarterback delivering that strike. The extra point was good, made it 45-20 at that point. Then the Thunderwolves came back on just a very quick drive, 84 yards in 6 plays, and again, it was Howard Russell to finish it off. Again, they give it to Russell. Puts his head down, knifes to the goal line. He's in, touchdown, Thunderwolves.
Well, he's caught one for a touchdown. He's run one for a touchdown. He's the touchdown maker.
Made it 52-20 after the extra point. Thunderbolts get the ball back again. And they weren't about just to run dive plays up the middle. They knew this was kind of personal today, and they put another one on them. And that's one we may not have because it's Nate Gravano was late after our window of getting the highlights compiled. And so that was a 5-yard touchdown pass from Kroll to Gravano. The extra point was good to make it 59-20. We thank Aaron Kinnischtzke for compiling all those highlights. We'll come back. We'll give you the numbers of today's ball game. That comes your way next on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You're listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the Pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to the Thunderbolt. Pack win the ball game. It's the final 59-20. Here are the numbers from today's game. Thunderwolves with 30 first downs. That is a huge number of first downs right there. Crazy, isn't that, Joe?
30 first downs.
They had 199 on the ground, 364 through the air, 563 yards total offense. Mesa had 17 first downs, 136 on the ground. They weren't bad on the ground. They just didn't do enough of it early. I think later in the game, they kind of exposed the game plan they needed to go with earlier on. 149 through the air, 285 yards in total offense. Each team penalized a lot today. Thunderbolts 10 for 90, Mesa 9 for 75. Time of possession, Mesa 31-24, Thunderbolts 28-36. Here's a big number, though. Third downs today, Thunderbolts 6 of 10, Mesa only 4 of 18. Mesa, though, was 4 of 4 on fourth down.
Yep.
Figure that one out. Thunderbolts were 0 of 2. Thunderbolts 6 of 6 in the red zone. Mesa was 2 of 2. Individual numbers, Russell 13 carries, 103 yards, did have the touchdown. Martinez 12 carries for 80. Kroll had a carry for 11 late. For them, Hurd 10 carries for 48 yards. Herberg 11 for 47, did have the touchdown. Ashford 9 carries for 25 yards. Fuller 26 of 38, 1 interception, 360 yards, 5 touchdowns. He was not sacked in the game. Kroll came into the ball game, continues his astonishing season. 2 of 2 in this ball game and a touchdown. On the year now, Kroll 22 of 26.
Yeah. Efficiency.
That's Phil Simms' numbers against the Broncos in that Super Bowl back in, 86, 87, whatever it was. All right, for them, Herberg 11 of 22, had the 1 pick, 119 yards. Keone late, 3 of 6, 1 pick, did throw a touchdown pass, 30 yards. Rakowski 10 for 152, what a game. Did have a touchdown. Retzlaff 5 for 58, a touchdown. Gravano 4 for 57, 2 touchdowns. Howard Russell 4 catches for 41. He had a touchdown.
He actually had 2 touchdowns.
Yep, one rushing. One rushing as well.
Yeah.
O'Connell 4 for 59, a touchdown for the Mavericks. Brown 3 for 21. Edwards 2 for 37. Ashford 2 for 8. Defensive numbers: McClellan with 8 tackles. Seidenberger with 7 for the Mavericks. Bradley had 8. Krebs with 7. Final score: Thunderbolts win it 59-20. We'll have a scoreboard that comes your way next on Fox Sports Pueblo.
You are listening to CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
And welcome back to the Thunderbolt. Pack win it 59-20. Elsewhere in the RMAC today, South Dakota Mines, that's where we'll be next week. They demolished Adams State today, 63-9. Colorado Mines, it was 14-7 at halftime. Well, they put up a 28 spot in the second half. They defeat Western Colorado 42-7. Black Hills comes from behind, knocks off Fort Lewis 34-20. Also coming from behind today, Chadron State defeats New Mexico Highlands 34-21. Those are your scores from the RMAC. Elsewhere in top 25 action in Division II football today, a big game in the second quarter right now. Valdosta State tied with West Florida, 21 apiece. Number 14, UIndy, they lead in the first quarter, 14-0 over Upper Iowa. Permian Basin takes on Western Oregon. That has regional implications for us later tonight, as well as Kingsville hosting Central Washington. Big upset today. Number 21, Shepherd knocked off by Bloomsburg, 14-10. Virginia Union, no victory. Let's go on down the line here. Number 17, Davenport defeats Saginaw Valley, 24-21. Ferris State, the 4th-ranked team in the country, they defeated American International 56-0. Number 2, Grand Valley, they defeated Michigan Tech 44-13. Bemidji State defeats Duluth today 38-31. Bemidji, the 12th-ranked team in the country. Number 15, Minnesota State defeats Southwest Minnesota 30-12. Number 11, Central Missouri over Missouri Southern 42-21. Number 3, Pitt State defeats Sioux Falls 55-6. Number 9, Benedict over Savannah State 38-17. Slippery Rock, the 6th-ranked team in the country, actually got a first-place vote in one of the polls this week. Hard to believe that, but somebody, just doing it just to do it, I guess.
They like them like we like them.
Yeah, they defeated Clarion 42-14. Harding over Southeast Oklahoma. Truman State loses today. They were kind of a dark horse pick this year to do some damage in the playoffs, but they lose today to Southwest Baptist 20-17. Number 23, Tiffin over Walsh. Here's your biggest upset of the day. Number 10, Augustana goes down to defeat to Wayne State, Nebraska, 14-12, the final there. And here's another upset in the top 10. Number 7, Lenore Ryan, defeated by Wingate 34-30. So we had some movement today in Division II football. Here are the games still underway in Division 1. Texas leads BYU 21-6. That's in the fourth quarter. Louisville handling Duke. They're up 23-0. Oregon in Utah just blasting the Utes. 35-6 is the score of that game. Speaking of blasting, Notre Dame over Pitt 51-0. Georgia leads Florida 36-7. Tulane over Rice 27-21. That's a third quarter score there. USC trailing Cal right now. What has happened to the Trojans? It's 28-17.
They have no defense.
Cal on top of that one. Florida State over Wake Forest 41-16. Penn State knocks off Indiana 33-24. Kansas, big win over Oklahoma today, 38-33. That game had a lightning delay in the first half. Lasted about 45 minutes. CSU takes on Air Force tonight up in Fort Collins. Be interesting to watch the weather in that ball game.
Go Rams.
Tennessee and Kentucky also in action tonight. Pac-12 later action, Washington and Stanford. Also the big ABC game is Colorado and UCLA. Ohio State takes on Wisconsin. That's the Big 12 game on national TV. Ole Miss plays host to Vanderbilt. James Madison and Old Dominion. North Carolina, Georgia Tech. Oregon State is the Pac-12 after dark game at Arizona. That should be a pretty good one right there. So some good football to watch late. World Series Game 2 also takes place tonight. Joe, your final thoughts on this one?
Well, you knew it was going to be personal. I never saw a team take a knee and talk to the coach before they shook hands after the game. And that's what you saw from CSU Pueblo. Phil Vigil wanted to make sure that his guys kept it clean as they shook hands. And, I mean, we all knew going in this was going to be one of those games. But you heard me ask the players if they had their coaches back. You know, he's a first-year head coach here at Pueblo. And they did.
Yes.
You know, Cody Ramey's been here a while, and Howard's new, and they both had their coaches back. And I think that this game will settle everybody down now, if that makes sense. I think now it's just focus.
And they're going to have to focus. They're going to go on the road to take on South Dakota Mines, who's
team.
had a couple of perplexing losses this year, but they've also had some very big wins as well.
Yeah, good team. Tough place to play. Good field. Strange seating arrangement at the stadium.
It's like the drive-in theater.
It's a drive-in theater. You can pull your car in and watch it from your car. But they always treat us well there.
All right, we're looking forward to that. We'll have that call for you next Saturday. It'll be a 12 noon start from Rapid City, 11:30 with the pregame show right here on Fox Sports Pueblo. Special people to thank here today. Ben Greenberg is the sports information director here at CSU Pueblo. Dave Yonke is the man at Colorado Mesa, always providing us all the help that we need. Paul Plinsky, the athletic director at CSU Pueblo. Thanks for all of his help. John Rist even made a little appearance in the booth.
Cameo.
Just poked his head in and said hi. That was nice of JW to do that. My partner is Joe Cervi. Our producer and engineer today of Thunderwolves football has been one Aaron Kinnischtzke. We thank him for all of his hard work. My name is Jim Brooks. Reminding you the final score one final time here. Thunderwolves win it 59-20. We have the Phil Vigil show coming your way on Thursday night as well. 6 o'clock from Thunder Zone Pizza and Tap House. We hope you can join us for that. We'll have Phil plus a couple of player guests, and Joe and I will be there as well. So, for Joe Cervi, for Aaron Kinnischtzke, my name is Jim Brooks, reminding you final time. Thunderwolves win it 59-20. Talk to you on Thursday. Good afternoon, everybody.